12 months. Reactions to the signing coming up next on Wilde and Tausch. Former Packers offensive lineman Bryan Bulaga scheduled to appear at 9:30 this morning. Homer also coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, joining the show to share his thoughts on the signing as well. All that still in play as the Green Bay Packers back to practice today, getting set to host the Houston Texans Sunday at Lambeau Field. Packers will open as 3-point favorites for Sunday's contest, according to ESPN Bet.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Is there anything anybody loves more than agreeing with Tausch?
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I got a hunch this isn't going to be concise either.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Hey!
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
It is the Wednesday edition. The So Long Narv Dog, We Hardly Knew Ya edition. Nice kid. Hope he finds an opportunity elsewhere down the road. But he is no longer a Green Bay Packer edition. The welcome to the kicking carousel, Brandon McManus. How do we feel about this? Better, worse, or the same edition? And the, wow, boring you already. Man, usually try to come out of the gate, get me engaged edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker. Streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson. What is this, 3 days of work in a row for you now?
Well, I mean, Pablo's been with him for...
Jeez, Pablo, get away from the camera.
He loves that camera.
Stand on the other side, man.
Yeah, he's a TV guy.
It's tight quarters back here. That's our issue.
It's not that tight. I've been in there. I've run the hot keys.
Believe me, it's tighter quarters when you're back here.
That's not fair. Just because you're skinny now doesn't mean you can start fat shaming
I'm not saying
people.
it.
No, but you just did.
You're right, I did.
Now that you're a skinny guy.
It was tough with you in here. Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's not very nice. That's Jesse Nelson's voice.
It's jerk storish, but no, he's a skinny jerk now. He used to be a kind of a chubby, jolly guy. Now he's a skinny jerk.
Yeah. He's a big jerk, even though he's a smaller guy. He is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, along with Pablo Iglesias, and along with the Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are things at ESPN Madison World Headquarters and the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios?
Well, there's somebody out there, and I think this might be one of the toughest jobs or the most dangerous, and I don't know how much they get paid, so I can't tell you.
Oh, dear.
The window cleaners. We have these beautiful, I'm assuming Pella windows.
You have to assume.
I would assume. If they're not, they certainly should be, and we'll get to that in 15, 20, 25 minutes, wherever Jason decides to run that.
Yeah, exactly.
But the window cleaners. And we saw this. I was over at Camp Randall last week when the window cleaners were there, and they're rappelling off of the suites and cleaning all the windows. And it was windy, and I was literally thinking, I wonder if the bang is worth the buck. Because that is a dangerous, that's a dangerous gig. And I don't know how much money they make. I have no clue. But I'm just watching them, they're craning around. It's different here. This cat's in a crane. That's different.
This cat's in a crane.
But they're rappelling down, and and I just wondered, from a risk-reward standpoint, if that's juice is worth the squeeze, and I don't know. Must be.
Are they're like rappelling down like they're just attached to the rope system, or they're on a base, like a little
Here, the people out at our Everlight Solar Studio here, they're in a crane, in a bucket.
Yeah.
The folks that were doing stuff over at Camp Randall were not in a bucket.
They're not on like a one piece of a scaffolding, and
No, it's like they're mountain climbers, rock climbing.
Yeah. Maybe So maybe, unlike you, and certainly unlike me, maybe they get a bit of a, rush from being up high. They're not afraid of heights. I'm sure they're well compensated, but I don't know how well.
I would think that they have to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't make a ton of sense.
Why would you do it? Right. Who's going to take that job? We are appreciative of their work.
For sure.
Even if we're questioning whether it's worth the risk.
No, I just think from a risk-reward standpoint, it's got to be up right at the top of that list.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
But you can't see them now. you can see television.
He just kind of went out. Yeah, he's good. So I'm good. I'm not distracted.
What are the other risky jobs? Like the person who puts in the
overview
to me,
being
railing.
in a mine. Miners have very risky jobs. I think deep sea recovery is the fishing guys that go out in the choppy waters and do that. That's risky. Like those are three that just don't come off the top of my head. I think umpiring is risky for what? No, I do. The amount of verbal beating you take as an ump
prepares you well to be a radio producer.
Yeah, you got it rough. 3 days a week. I don't know. The whole thing, like those would be 3 or 4 or 5 jobs that I would just wonder, okay, I don't know. Being in minor would be one of the tougher gigs.
Have you ever thought about the people who put in like the walkways for national parks or like when you're at like a waterfall and you have like the overview where you can go stand?
Yeah, I like those
like
spots.
Who puts those things in?
Concrete workers.
Because that's got to be pretty risky.
It is, but I think if you're building bridges, and I always loved that picture back in the, 20, whenever the Industrial Revolution just kind of got rolling and they had all the people eating their lunch, sitting up on top of steel beams. Jesse, I know you can pull that picture up. They're just sitting there eating and sipping coffee.
It's a great picture.
It kind of tells you all about the Industrial Revolution and what it was like. There were no harnesses. There were no ropes. They were just out there working. I think building bridges now and all that stuff, there's so much advanced architecture and things like that. Yeah, there's the picture.
It's not on for everyone to see it. This is only you seeing this.
Okay, well, that is the picture.
I was like, wait, what picture?
So, those would be the jobs. But, every job's got risk. I just feel like when people are fluttering through the sky with a chamois washing down the windows, I'm thinking, man, that seems like a lot of risk. That's all.
So, again, we emphasize thank you for your service, and
100%.
we actually mean it.
No,
as opposed to sarcastically to each other.
Yeah, and I think you have to there's probably weight restrictions on those jobs. Like, I don't think
so. What are you saying? You think Jesse could do the job now?
Jesse could. Yeah, Jesse definitely could go and be a window folk if that's what he was wanting to do. There you go.
Thank you to everyone who does much riskier things than us.
Can you
know
imagine
how good we have it?
there and you got to be like Simone Biles to get to the platform. Like, you got to balance beam walk off as you're like hitting hot iron and putting stuff together. What a time in our country, huh?
What a time to be alive. All right. So as much as I would love to talk about dangerous jobs, how about high pressure, oft criticized jobs like, say, NFL kicker? The Packers making a change in their kicking situation. The carousel keeps spinning. And now Brandon McManus replaces Brayden Narveson as your Packers kicker. Packers worked him out yesterday, signed him shortly thereafter. Brayden Narveson will be released to open up the roster spot for McManus.
We think.
I'm pretty sure, based on a couple conversations I had, and I
Who'd you
know
talk to?
conversations others had. Not you. I didn't talk to you. How do we feel about this? Better, worse, or just the same?
Yeah, I feel better. He's a veteran. He has made a lot of kicks. I
in a
don't
Super
know.
Bowl.
He obviously has had issues off the field. I don't know all of them, so I'll let you dig into that as a reporter and as a journalist. You should.
Mm-hmm.
You should go dig into that and understand why he was available. But the fact is, it seems as if he was cleared, and all of that stuff is in the past. And if that is the case, I think it's an upgrade. It also is a reminder, for as much as I want to consistently lavish praise on my guy, he's bungled this scenario. Goody has not handled the kicking situation well. It's been, depending on who you want to look at as far as who decided to put their bucket on Anders and not continue to keep Mason or to do whatever. All of those things should be scrutinized, because this position for the last year and 6 games has been a complete blank, cluster blank, if you know what I mean. And
I do know what you
the
mean.
confidence in what it was. And I thought last year at this time it wasn't a big deal. We're a 2-5 football team. And Anders wasn't even that bad. He was much better than what Narvy's been. So that position, which is a critical position, I know it's like, God, you talk a lot about kickers, because if I really want to be honest, the rest of this roster is really strong everywhere. Tell me where there's a weakness, and I'll tell you I think you're full of baloney. Kicker has been it, and he has not solved that riddle. And to his credit, he has not stood pat and said, well, I think Narvy's going to be good enough. He's going to be good enough. He's going to be good enough. And somebody asked what the pain point was. Seems like it was last weekend. I think Matt LaFleur probably felt like it a couple weeks ago, and I think Goody finally has acquiesced and said, you know what, I can't just stand pat. And if we lose a game because I wasn't constantly looking to upgrade a spot I knew we needed to, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. This is again, coaches, GMs, they have a lot of stress. They want to be able to sleep. They want to trust what they're doing. And I would bet there's more trust in Brandon McManus kicking right now than there has been in anyone else that has kicked here for the last 18 months. That would be my guess.
So he has kicked in a Super Bowl 50, made 3 field goals in that game as the Broncos beat the Panthers. He's 33 years old, so I would say that this is a finish out the season and hope you don't have to change kickers again type scenario, but probably not a long-term answer. Maybe they see Alex Hale as that guy, but they decided enough was enough with Brayden Narveson, which is what I asked Rich Bisaccia several weeks ago. He's doing the same thing that you cut Anders for, missing 1 kick a game, except, of course, the Minnesota game in which he missed 2, and they didn't cut him after the Minnesota game. Now, McManus was, I don't want to say cleared, the NFL found insufficient evidence to move forward with any sort of discipline. He is still being sued, I believe.
And what is going on? What is he sued for? What is why did they release? Why did the Jags say Deuce's BM?
So the Jags did not re-sign him, but he was sued in May by 2 flight attendants from a the team flight to London, and the 2 flight attendants alleged that he tried to kiss one of them and was grinding and whatever elsing up against both of them during the flight, and he was drunk.
Okay.
Now his lawyer in an AP story.
That was, by the way, I was not chuckling at the allegations. I was chuckling at your uber weird descriptions of them.
That's straight from the Associated Press.
I understand. I know you love reading on the radio. That was super awkward to listen to.
Well, you asked what he had done. I delivered the information.
It's totally on you for asking what he did.
I agree. It's on me. I'm taking accountability. Continue.
Clearly. So he had actually signed as a free agent with the Washington Commanders,
Okay.
who then cut him
Because of these allegations.
because of this civil suit. And
Where's
then
the line that we have as so if he was charged criminally, would Goody have signed him? He still had a pending investigation.
I don't think if he had a criminal charge pending that he would have signed him. No. Do you?
I do not. And I think, as my late father used to always say, talent outs, right? Mm-hmm. Because we forget. Everybody now raves about Tyreek Hill. Dude did some bad, that dude
way
did
worse.
some bad things, allegedly. And I don't even know if it's, I have to even say allegedly. I remember Jesse saying he'll never draft him on his fantasy team because of the things he did, and then I'm sure he still has drafted him. And now everybody is just, oh, yeah, he's yeah, great. It's funny how that works. And it's when I mean it's funny, I mean it's not funny.
Odd.
It's opposite.
Curious.
It's super. I just want, there's a lot of times, and I want people to be able to move on with their lives. I do. But I also don't want to be selective based on, well, how good that player is. I know that's not the real world. Because if it was, Tyreek Hill wouldn't be in the NFL. If we're being honest, he wouldn't be.
No. And Kareem Hunt wouldn't have gotten another opportunity either after what he did. Look, Ray Rice is, I think, the only one who ever, because there was video of it.
And by
frankly.
the way, if Ray Rice was still on a rookie deal and a younger player, I don't think that even happened, even with the video. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would be, I probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, so to be clear and to be fair to Brandon McManus, what he allegedly did does not rise anywhere close to these other people that we're talking about.
Agreed. So now, I don't know about you. I don't have a problem if this is, again, there's always more information could come out. I don't have access to that. As we sit here right now, I don't think with the allegations and the fact that he was not tried or that case is done and it's all civil, the fact that you needed a kicker, he's available, and you think he's going to help your football team, I am not going to be, holier than thou and say, well, you shouldn't sign him. Because I just don't think that's fair.
We will discuss whether this is an improvement and how you feel about it.
I mean, it has to be.
The guy's career accuracy on field goal attempts is 81.4%.
And what's old boy kicking right now?
70.6.
That's 11 points.
You know what?
Somebody at the analytics firm could say, well, 11 percentage points is pretty good.
Now, Anders missed far too many extra points last year. But you know what his accuracy was
83.
on field goals? 80.6.
It's right around
so
McManus.
it's a negligible difference on the field goal attempts. So, again, take that for what it's worth. We'll talk more about this and far more things as the Packers get ready for the Houston Texans.
I've been watching this whole artificial intelligence thing. That's the Tesla put out those robots last week. Mm-hmm. They had somebody kicking field goals. Can you imagine if you sign a robot kicker? Like, what happens there? What happens if and I know this sounds crazy, and I get it, because it is crazy. But we're not far off from saying, you know what? We're up against the cap. We have to pay him a minimum, or her, whoever the robot is. And that robot comes out and is just money, never going to miss. Is it crazy?
What if the robot's upset with its role?
I don't know. I mean, you saw that whole robot deal the other day. It's impressive. The accuracy, they could tune that in to be 100% accurate. And all of a sudden now you got so-and-so robot kicking a game winner down at Chicago to try to win a championship.
How on earth, other than the fact that you love Elon Musk inexplicably?
No, I appreciate the efforts of what he does innovation-wise. Stop. That's what I'm saying. He is an innovator.
How does someone who is so anti-big tech interrupt the flow of the show to ask about the possibility?
Is that taking my information, or is that making me? This is nothing to do with my own personal liberties and free. This is about a robot making a kick.
Yeah, that's how it starts. First, you let them kick field goals. and you have them in your house.
I know it sounds crazy.
And you're trying to bake an apple pie, and then they turn red, and they tell you can't leave the house.
Hey, you know what? You're probably right, and I'm not saying that we should go out and sign a robot. But I'm also saying let's make sure that we got our eyes out there, and if something goes on, let's be first in. And try it. Training camp robot kicking.
If you want to avoid any plagiarized takes like we were debating yesterday, you being the first in line to say the Packers should sign a robot to be the new kicker
should.
is a
I said
good
they
take.
should start thinking, is this going to be allowed? I don't know. I would think it's probably not.
So just promise me. Just tell me this was a shtick, right? Because you don't think that was an actual robot kicking those field goals on that video,
Not right now, but you don't think that that's where this is headed?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you didn't think
I'm saying
that
you don't
guy...
think that in 2 or 3 years there's going to be some kind. You remember the old movie with the kicking mule?
I do remember that film. It's a classic.
The mule never missed, right? He was a great kicker from Lord knows all over the place. And we all
mule?
laughed. And that mule in the movie was it on the team. That movie could be so far ahead where down the road this is something. Now, I doubt the NFL lets it happen, but I don't know. No, neither do you. It would be crazy.
And to get out from the Deshaun Watson deal, the Browns are going to sign Air Bud to play quarterback next year.
Well, I think quarterbacking is going to be a lot more difficult than having a robot.
Don't be silly, Jesse.
Don't be crazy with a robot.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
God, I love my job. I mean, seriously. Dealing with Tausch's random non sequiturs like signing a robot kicker.
Jason, in all seriousness, if robotics makes its way, and we all see robotics are coming. That whole Boston Dynamics thing from 60 Minutes like 8 years ago where they're doing backflips off and they had I freaked out. I'm like, well, just wait a second. We're here? Wow. Now, all of a sudden, you see this whole thing last week. If you're going to, place kicker would be the first place that you would want a robot. You even keeled, gonna make everything. That is where you would want a robot. Would be there.
First of all, I'm being told in the YouTube comment section that Francis was the name of the mule, not Gus.
I swore there was a Gus that did
I've
something.
heard it both ways.
I'm going to trust.
There was a Gus that did something.
Yeah, I'll trust the YouTube comments that it was
I'll
Francis.
get on that. Francis the Kicking Mule.
Was that that wasn't the movie Kathy Ireland was in, right? That was a different football movie.
That was Necessary Roughness.
Great flick, by the way. Like that movie. Dennis Bakula.
Scott Bakula. Not to be confused with Scott Thompson, who you call Craig Thompson, who is going to be...
sounds like he's paying for the full flesh of the wedding.
Jeff and Monroe's son's father-in-law.
Sounds like he's covering all the costs. Probably going to get robotic waiters, would be my guess for that.
All I know is that I am a people person. I enjoy interacting with other humans.
Oh, you would be lining up to interview that robot. Who are you kidding? The first robotic kicker, and you're going to tell me you're going to go interview Rudy Ford instead of going and talking to the robotic kicker? Come on.
It's a chance. But I would much rather talk to a sleek Gina Della about windows than some sort of robotic Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin representative.
That we can agree on. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. The durability of materials gets tested. They open and close the doors, the latches, and the shades tens of thousands of times to ensure that they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass, and right now you get 0 interest for up to 36 months. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends October 31st. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
All right. I thought that I was managing the clock in a very adept manner so we could get to Bulaga on time.
In fairness, you brought up robotics. I didn't. And then I just took it to another level.
I did?
I
don't think I did.
I want to think that you did.
Did you see this robotic kicker? He's kicking field goals, I believe is what you said. Be that as it may, less robotics, more Packers. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today. 855-PELLA-WI. And online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love telling you all about Pizza Hut. My love for Pizza Hut goes all the way back to when I was a kid in school, participating in their Book It program. Man, I loved every time we'd get to enjoy the delicious pizza from Pizza Hut, and I still do. But whether you're hosting a huge party for a big game, or you're in search of the perfect solo meal for an afternoon watching games on the couch, Pizza Hut has the perfect selection for you to choose from. And have you tried the new My Hut box yet from Pizza Hut? Well, it's their way of changing up the usual combo game, and it's the ultimate solo meal. Starting at just $6.99, you can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree and side you want. Order the My Hut box today, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella? How'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
Your current car, soon to be your old car. A new car? Better start looking. But you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free credit score and score monitoring on most new consumer checking accounts. Because when you know you need to make a big purchase, knowing your credit score puts you in the driver's seat. You've got this with free credit monitor from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Nothing makes being outdoors better than having the right gear and the right crew. So here's an idea. Let Mountain Dew supply the gear and you bring the friends. Because when you buy specially marked multi-packs of Mountain Dew, you can collect points and earn epic limited edition outdoor gear. We're talking everything from custom Mountain Dew camp chairs and backpack coolers to exclusive Mountain Dew tents, fishing boats, and more. So buy Dew, collect points, get gear, and get outside with Mountain Dew outdoor gear.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at dooutdoors.com and 12/31/24. Void or prohibited.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Sports fanatics, join the Madison Area Sports Commission live and in person for Good Morning Sports on October 21st. We'll welcome former Green Bay GM and General Counsel Andrew Brandt, who hosts the Business of Sports podcast. It's hosted at the Forward Club in Breeze Stevens Field. Registration donations will benefit the MASC Youth Grant to get kids into sports. Register online at visitmadison.com/goodmorningsports. This event is sponsored by American Family Insurance and Oak Bank, supported by ESPN Madison, and produced by the Madison Area Sports Commission.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
Can we put a bow on our robot talk, or is there anything else you'd like to add?
There was a lot of conversation with the, Joshy and some of the other texters on our little chain about like putting a defensive end as a robot, and that's just crazy talk. I mean, the robotics and the metal. Like, that's just not going to happen. Place kicking. And my point is, coaching has already become a little robotic with all the analytics and all of the data that gets
That's not
piled
the same,
in.
though.
It's not. Oh, no. Trust me, I know it's not the same.
Okay.
But I am saying coaches are relying on artificial intelligence and on data and on machines pumping out all of these stats and what they should do, what they shouldn't do. And I think the kicking, it was Gus with Don Knotts. Thank you, Jesse. Or thank you, Dan.
Yes, and Dan in Chilton points out, for those of you that are not watching the video stream and shout, you just hear Tausch shouting, "Yeah, Gus! Yeah, Dan!" Gus the Mule was in the Disney movie creatively titled Gus with Don Knotts. Not a kicking mule, just, I believe, a talking mule.
Just wait, that mule didn't kick? I thought that, so I screwed up. I don't know the other movie with Francis. This was the movie because Gus was talking to Don Knotts all the time. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, and Jesse, I want to apologize. I know we've had some fun discussions with Craig and Jeff and Monroe. They're going to do Scott. They're going. It's not all. I know it's not all going to be paid one side. I took one of my awkward moments and have tried to have a little fun with it. So Jeff, I know.
You are making Jeff sound kind of like he's just
Jeff
making his buddy
Jeff's a
do
Hall of
everything,
Famer in my books. Jeff should be a Hoffer, and that's in a small class. He should be a Hoffer. And so I want to make sure. I like to set the record straight when we're doing it.
After you've,
I didn't besmirch him. I'm not besmirching him.
Maybe.
How is that besmirching him? Let's move on.
You made him sound like a cheapskate.
He's not, though. We know.
Well, now that you've
I clarified the
remedied
record.
that.
Thank you, Jeff, for calling and letting us know. But I think that was.
right.
I thought it was kind of known, but I just want to make sure.
I want to get to Bryan Bulaga somewhat on time. It's already 9:30. So let me just ask you the two questions about the kicking situation. We'll ask Bryan these two. First of all, this comes from Dave, and I thought this is an interesting point that he made in the YouTube comments.
I love how hooked on YouTube comments you are. I love it.
You have asked me
and you're doing
upgrade our engagement in the digital realm, and I feel like joining the conversation, even if it means that some jerks are in there.
I have to figure out how I can do that. I'll have Jesse. I'll occasionally scroll and see some. Okay. All right.
Dave, I think I might have more of an issue with mismanaging the kicking position badly enough to be this desperate to sign a guy like McManus, who has this issue, outstanding, than I do with the signing itself. Agree or disagree?
I've said Goody has bungled this kicking situation, and it is on Goody. It's not on. I mean, you can say, well, Rich Bisaccia won it. Well, tough luck. The results. You're judged off of the players that you bring in and how they fit with your coaches. It hadn't worked. So for as much as I am sitting here and I saw somebody on, I don't know if it was the YouTube comments or something Jesse or Pablo threw up on the screen and knew would distract me, that the tight end position isn't good. Did you see Ben Sims? We have a stud in Tucker Kraft, and you got Benny Sims, who's a Steinhoffler, and the guy that's supposed to be the guru who's hurt with Luke Musgrave. So, no, I'm not going to put tight end in some weak category that Goody has put together.
I wouldn't either.
The place kicker, hey, Ned, I know Ned gets after me a lot. Ned
and
Twitter.
Retired Navy fella. Yeah.
Retired Navy fella, I think we got a good thing going. He's irritated with me, and I kind of like that. I have no problem with Navy fella. He loves you. He loves you. He loves the show. I'm fine with it. Ned gets after me about being a Goody stan. And my point is, I've been right. So you can get after me. Goody's done a great job, except for kicking. The kicking position has been bungled in a big way. And hopefully, old boy here can bail him out. And kicking 81% ain't going to bail him out. He needs to be upper 80s, low 90s to me in order to be that kicker, that a veteran kicker that you feel good about. What are you shaking your head about? Something in the YouTube comments?
I have to apologize.
To whom?
To you.
Oh, I love this.
I hate it.
There is nothing better than what I think is coming right now.
The ombudsman, Rob Vogel.
Oh.
Informs. Anytime you get a text and the only words on the text are Tausch is correct, it's just like a punch in the stomach.
That is literally like manna coming from the heavens.
Apparently, this film with Don Knotts and the kicking mule is indeed Gus.
Thank you. Okay. Jesse, I want an apology from you, too.
I am
What did I do?
I appreciate it. You smugly got after me about that whole kicking mule thing.
I've never heard of either of these things, and I haven't said anything about the mule.
Gus is a 1976 American sports comedy film released by Walt Disney Productions about a football-playing mule. The film did well at the box office and was released on home video in 1981.
So it had a 4-year run at the theater? Wow.
I don't know. Maybe home video wasn't available in 1977 after it was done in the theaters.
Would that be available since it's a Disney movie? Could I watch that?
I will fact check whether or not it is on Disney Plus. We can have like a Wilde and Tausch movie night.
No, we could do a movie watch party.
Right. I know. That's where I was headed. Thank you for interrupting. And we could have all of our fans come and watch Gus the Kicking Mule starring Don Knotts at a local theater near you. We'll do a double feature with that and just a bit outside. Tausch, I am going to demand something of you.
Okay.
When Prize Picks posts a projection for Brandon McManus field goals made, I ask nicely that you play that.
I will.
Thank you for your service.
And I'm guessing it'll be 1.5, just like Narvi. Narvi was good to Old T on Prize Picks. He made a lot of kicks. He missed a lot of kicks, but he made a lot of kicks. Narvi did. And if it wasn't for Kyler Murray landing 0.5 short on his more last week, Old T would add another W on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Over 10 million users. Prize Picks is the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. All you do, pick more or less. 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you can watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your buddies. Become part of the Prize Picks community today. Can win now up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks, the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Sign up today. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. Don't even need to win to get the $50 bonus. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
I am here to report that on Disney Plus, which I've also gotten a notification that the price is going up for me when I logged in.
Isn't there? There's not any like. It's not like grandfathered in. Like you can lock in at this price for 5 years.
Gus is available on Disney Plus. 1 hour and 38 minutes of magic.
It's an hour 38 only.
Yeah,
they're so far ahead of their time. They knew this attention deficit deal that we have in 2024 would be played. We're going to do a watch party, Zoom. Jesse will have to figure out how to do that. Or maybe when Pablo gets cleared, Pablo's first job will be to do this show because you're too busy, obviously. And now that you're skinny and sleek, you're going to be too busy.
We are done talking about Gus. It's 9:37.
Boy, that's
I
late.
thought, yeah, thanks.
That's late.
Bryan Bulaga will be on until about 11:15. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle as best you can to be the best.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst heard you loud and proud, Packers fans, as a move has been made at the kicker position. The Packers have signed veteran kicker Brandon McManus to a one-year contract after a tryout on Tuesday up in Green Bay. This comes after rookie kicker Brayden Narveson missed another kick this past weekend against the Arizona Cardinals. In 6 games with the Packers, rookie kicker Narveson went 12 of 17, just over 70%. That means the rookie kicker experiment between Anders Carlson and Brayden Narveson is over for the Packers. Veteran McManus in. I'm Alex Stroh.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Spooktacular savings are happening right now at Metro Ford of Madison. With 212 new vehicles available for purchase, qualified buyers can get 90 days deferred payments. The 24 Ford F-150 is available with 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, $15.54 per thousand borrowed, plus $3,000 total cash. Check out the 24 Ford Mach-E with 1.9 APR financing for 72 months, plus a free EV charger and home installation. Hurry to Metro Ford of Madison today.
This is Devin Robinson from Badger Volleyball, here with Madison's best roofing, siding, and window company, Ridgetop Exteriors. I protect the net at the field house, and they protect your home. They're trusted, local, and affordable. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous friends. Yeah, I do.
To discuss the merits of Gus, the kicking mule, the idea of robots and what they would do to your salary cap, and the Packers' kicking change to neither a donkey nor a robot.
Well, how do we know Blue at Donkey Farm isn't training a couple donkeys to be the kicker?
Well, I figured
Blue's
he'd be the right guy to ask.
Now. He's a businessman. He's probably training a couple to see if they can't, find a Gus that could come up and fix all of the Packers' kicking problems.
America needs farmers, and this show needs Bryan Bulaga. Hi, Bryan. Help.
Hey,
Hey, you know, better late than never. You know, Jesse making me get ready by the computer at 10:25, and you know, I remember whenever I, you know, fill in for Tausch when he's, you know, maybe jet setting in Napa or you know, Jesse runs a pretty hard line on Jason and I on scheduling. Like, I mean, we get it in there. Hey, let's pick it up. You know, like, or we're cutting here, and you know. It just seems when he tells me to be by the computer at 10:25 to be ready to go, it's always just a touch late. So, hey, it's okay though. I'm
Sorry,
here.
we were
I've been
discussing
ready.
Gus
Blue,
the kicking donkey.
I'm going to make you a promise. We will get to you no later than 9:33/10:33 your time. I will cut my robot talk short
next time.
Next time,
and I'll believe it when I hear it.
I did listen to everything because I like I said I logged in at 10:25, so I heard.
What did you think?
I heard all of it.
It's good to know what you're getting into.
What'd you think, Blue?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Listen. I mean, I don't know what to think about. Like, because I don't know the context of all of it, so I was a little lost at the start.
Me too, and
but,
I knew the context.
Yeah. So like. Listen, I mean, that's why this show is great, because you guys are able to go on tangents on things that I just don't sometimes get. But that's why this show's so good.
Great.
I mean, but that's the thing, you know.
So, Blue, all right.
It is
so
great.
Let's get down to it, because people want to hear about the Green Bay Packers on this show. And we talked about it in the opening, got a little robotic and a little other things. But I believe Goody has built a hell of a roster in Green Bay. I think, and when you look at the trades, the way Devontae and Aaron Rodgers, that's all part of that build. He's utilized those picks. He's gotten really good players. And then the kicking position has been his Achilles heel. It has been the weak spot for him and for this football team. And now another move. I think this will be the final move. I don't think, unless something injury related, I think this is going to be your guy the rest of the way. What do you make of the whole kicking scenario from drafting Anders to where we're at today?
Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be tough to replace Mason. Now, you can always say, like, did he get rid of him a year too soon? Or, you know, I guess that could be debated as well. But it's always hard to replace a kicker that was so reliable for so long. And was also really liked by the fan base and people in the state of Wisconsin and Green Bay. But you hit it. You hit the nail on the head. Like, it just hasn't been approached the right way. And listen, it's hard to draft a good just field player, like, right, just like an offensive lineman or a linebacker or a DB. It's hard to draft those guys. It's even harder to try to draft a kicker and have him be successful, right? And that was the deal with Anders. Like, he had potential, but then I remember looking back, or I think Homer did, and looked at Anders' percentage in college, and it really wasn't that good, right? So now you're drafting a kicker who doesn't really have great numbers in college to be successful in the NFL. Didn't translate. Kind of the same story for Narveson. Didn't have great numbers in college, expected to translate in the NFL, and it doesn't. Like, so now I think the route he's went with a veteran kicker, and I understand there's there's controversy behind this pick, right? I mean, this isn't something Green Bay normally does with guys that have had issues, even though he's been cleared by the NFL, right? Like, I get that. This isn't a move that Green Bay makes, but it shows, what Goody thinks this team can be. And he thinks this team can be a Super Bowl type team. So he's looking at it as, if the NFL's cleared him, there's really no baggage that comes along with, besides some questions that we have to answer. And what we can refer to is the NFL has done their investigation on it. We've done our investigation on it, and this is where we're at. It shows that he wants to win, and he does not want a kicker to cost them a game.
He wants to be able to sleep at night.
Like it has in the past.
He wants to be able to sleep at night. He doesn't want to look at 52 dudes in that locker room and the coaches and say, I let you down. I wasn't proactive in trying to do it. And I could agree more. This is we are a Super Bowl team right now, and we are not going to let one spot weight us down. That's what this move means to me.
Yes, 100%. And, like, the thing is, McManus, I mean, I've played many games against him. The dude was, like, you always thought when he took the field he was going to make his kicks. Like, that's what you thought when you played Denver. You were like, all right, this guy's going to be probably good from, I get it was in Denver with the elevation, but he's going to be good from like 57 and in. Like, he's got a strong leg. He's a good kicker. So you're getting a guy that has a lot of experience, that has won a Super Bowl. I believe he was on the Super Bowl winning team with Manning. A lot of experience. He understands being put in a big team in big situations that has a lot of kind of, a lot of expectation on it. So, like, I think this is a good move. And listen, this is a guy too. He's coming in with the chip on his shoulder as well, right? There was a lot of things that have happened over the last year, and the investigation that he's gone through, and, proven innocent by the NFL or no wrongdoing. I don't know if we talk about innocence or not. I guess that's
Indeed.
not the NFL's job. That's, but proven by the NFL that no wrongdoing was done, or so to speak. He's got a chip on his shoulder because, like, he can still kick. He can still play. He wants to get back into this league, and this is his opportunity. And what does he make of it? I think it's a good move. Yes, there's some controversy behind it, but you know what? Like, who are we to judge what the NFL – I mean, we can judge it, but, like, we don't know what happened. We can only go based on what the NFL has conducted, and what they've conducted is that there was no wrongdoing. Now, Jason, I know what you're going to say. There could be legal ramifications. Yes, I understand that. Like, we don't know everything about that yet.
I wasn't going to say – well, yeah, I was. You're right.
Oh, you were going to say it. But, like, Green Bay did their due diligence on it as well. They had to. Like, they definitely did their research on it, and they dove into it. And what they came away with was, we're going to sign him. So we can only trust that what the information that we know, and that Green Bay – because, like, Jason, you've been covering the team for a long time. Tausch, you played with the team. I played with the team. They don't sign guys that are going to have an issue legally, or at least presently. They're not going to do that. They're very responsible.
Yeah, so I would say a couple things. I've always said this. Your willingness to take and I'm using this term loosely, a character risk on a player is directly proportional to how badly you need someone at that position, right? And Tausch, it was before Bryan got here, but the Packers signed Koren Robinson, which was a controversial thing. He had been suspended by the league. He will tell you this, he was an alcoholic, and there were issues with him. But in one game, I think maybe against Minnesota, if I remember correctly, like, you guys had 3 wide receivers all get hurt in the same game. That was the game where Driver, like, landed on his head and suffered a neck injury. And so they signed Koren Robinson. And I'll never forget Cliff Crystal, who was writing for the Journal-Sentinel at the time, later became the Packers historian, asking Ted Thompson, what are you going to do if this guy drives drunk and kills somebody? Which I have never heard a direct question at that level ever in my life. But they were at a point of desperation, and you played with him. He was your teammate. I don't think he was a bad guy. He had a drinking problem. There's no doubt about that. But I don't think he was a terrible human being. Now, that said, I don't know anything about Brandon McManus and whether he's a good guy, bad guy, anything. But the fact that they were willing to sign him in spite of this baggage speaks to, one, how very few options there are on the open market, and 2, they realize that they can't keep doing the same thing, trotting Brayden Narveson out there like he's Justin Tucker, because he's not.
And Justin Tucker's having a tough year.
And he is,
in fairness.
Exactly.
So you're right. You're always you want to do things the right way all the time. And I think the Packers have done a great job of trying to bring in high-character cats. They don't want to go down this road. You go down that road when you don't think there's any other options.
Right.
And not to try and put McManus in with all of the other – I don't know. So I'm not going to go down that road. But what I do know is if there was a better option that did not have any baggage that went along with him, they would go down that road. That's not where they're at. And I think it just continues to reiterate, and I thought Bryan brought it up beautifully in the beginning of his segment here. This is a Super Bowl team. Goody knows it, and Goody wants to be able to sleep at night and say, I'm doing everything I can. I know this spot isn't good enough. I'm going to go do this, and this is what that's a very hard thing for someone that has an ego in this business to continue to admit, I have not gotten this right yet, and he's doing that.
All right, so we're going to continue with Bryan. We're going to, because we did such a great job of managing the clock, we're going to take a break now. Then we'll take another break, and then he's going to stick around all the way to 10:15, 11:15 his time, because he's such a good teammate. I want you to consider 2 questions during the break. One,
how great was that Penei Sewell block that we saw? And I know I saw Blue also shared it on Twitter. It's unbelievable.
Okay, this is how this happens.
Well, is that not unbelievable, Blue? And I know we're on the clock. I understand. Unbelievable.
It is. Could you just save it until tackle talk?
I'm teasing it. Yeah, it was such a beautiful thing to see.
Before, no, stop.
Okay,
please.
And by the way, Zach Tom did something similar on a play action where he went down and felt comfortable enough. He stopped on the 3-tech for 2-3 seconds and then kicked back out and did the same thing. Continue. Yep. My bad.
Is it possible that they just gave up on Anders Carlson too early? I want you to consider that from the kicking perspective. And then the other kicking question, I looked up Brandon McManus's numbers because, we do a lot of fact-checking around here. On 50-plus field goals for his career, I don't know how this compares to other kickers, but he is 45 of 82.
That doesn't seem great.
Which is 54.9%.
Well, he kicked in the mile high.
Woof. Doesn't sound great, Bob. We'll talk a little more about kickers, and then we'll get to Penei Sewell and tackle talk.
Such a good play.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 10 million users. Mark Tauscher here, excited to tell you all about Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. All you do is pick more or less on a 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Sign up today. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Coaching legend Bo Ryan joining basketball's all-time greats over the weekend. A laundry list of thank yous from the 4-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, capped off with a special one for his players. Audio courtesy NBA TV.
For every rebound you grabbed, for every free throw you practiced, for every charge you took, for every time you went to the floor for a loose ball, I thank each and every one of you. It was my supreme honor to coach you. I will cherish the memories we share for the rest of my life.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
Winter athletes, how are you getting prepared for the upcoming season? Total Athlete Performance is here to take your game to the next level. TAP will get you prepared with individualized speed and strength training sessions available in both the Verona and DeForest locations, as well as remote options. Since 2017, TAP has been providing elite performance training in the Madison area to help every athlete become the best version of themselves. Sign up for your free assessment at tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tausch here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous friends.
Continuing with Bryan Bulaga. All right, I don't want to spend any more time talking about kickers. We'll
Thank
see.
you. I'm with you. I agree.
What is with you today?
I'm in a good mood. What?
Oh, is that what that is? Fair enough.
Try it sometime. It's fun.
Oh, sick burn, bro. Brian, I am curious I want to get to tackle talk, and I want to make sure I get to Penei Sewell. How amazing he is, obviously. That's a key component of today's program. With a couple of right tackles who wish they had gotten the paychecks that he did. But what do you think about where this team is as it heads into the Texans game? The conversation after Sunday's game with a number of players was this team feels like it's ready to pop. Feels like it's ready to go on a run. Feels like it's rounding into form, mid-season form, if you will. When you watch the tape, when you watch this offense, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, I like where they're at, and I think seeing Jordan Love get healthier as this goes on, you kind of see the offense start to play better. He's doing more things within the pocket and out of the pocket that helps this offense be as explosive as it can be. So, and we caught a glimpse of that, Sunday against the Cardinals. Now, this will probably be, and I get the Vikings are undefeated and they're a good football team. I really believe that, and I get that the Vikings beat the Texans and beat them pretty good. But this will probably be the second biggest test next to the Vikings game, which we all saw the way that played out for Green Bay. They had a chance late in the game, but it was, the damage was done in the first half. This game against Houston is going to be a great litmus test for what those guys are saying, that, we're ready to jump or make that big jump and go on a streak here. Like these are the games you need to win and show everyone that, hey, we're ready to go here. Like this is a team that we're getting our act together. We feel good about where we're at. Now we're going to have a team. I think, what are the Texans, 5-1? I think.
Yes.
Or are they?
Yes.
5-1. Yep.
You got a 5-1 team coming in at home. This is the time to show it. Like I understand that Arizona, people may say, they weren't as good.
Wilde was saying that all week.
I was saying
they
that.
stink. You can't do anything off of it. That's what he said.
I mean, they beat the 49ers the week before.
Thank you.
And the 49ers, regardless of I think they're a good team. I still think the 49ers are a good team, and I get it. They don't have all their main guy, which is McCaffrey. But this, to me, this test against the Texans is going to show us a lot about where the team is at, offensively and defensively. Because I think, to be honest with you, like, it's going to be fun to watch because D'Amico Ryans' defense is very similar to Hafley's defense. So LaFleur is essentially looking at his own defense when he's on offense, and our defense is looking and they're not the same, but very similar to what Houston likes to do. So you're almost like when Iowa plays Wisconsin, you're getting these mirror image teams that play each other, and it's like who executes the best. That's essentially what you're getting this week because Houston does a lot of the same things that Green Bay does offensively and defensively. So this is like, yes, it's about the players and what the players do on the field, but this is a very big scheme game for LaFleur as well and for Hafley to figure out how to match up against these teams because they do things very similarly on both sides of the ball. So it's going to be an exciting, intriguing match. And Houston's no slouch. They got really good players on both sides of the football. So this is going to be a fun game to watch. And
should be flexed.
This will, yeah,
should be flexed.
It should be flexed.
I agree. I think I am excited to watch it because you got good teams. Quarterbacks are on the same trajectory. Both, I think everybody looks at it as a young star on the rise. With Stroud only being in his second year, but they're both second-year starters. It's a great litmus test, but to what Jason was saying, there is no doubt. I think this team, you gain confidence by having success. This team finally had what I think is a full four-quarter offense, defense, special teams game that they all put together. They all contributed, did it, and now they build off of that. And that's why I'm excited to see because this is a good football team coming in here. What is it, a winter warning game? Is that what they're calling it with the all-white unis and the helmets?
Yeah, it looks like the weather's going to cooperate too because I would think it's hard for you to say, oh, we're going to all wear white, but then if it's like 40 degrees, it makes it a little bit harder to do that.
Yeah, I was skeptical because they're doing it so early, but that actually makes a ton of sense. The Packers know what they're doing when it comes to making money and being smart business folks. Man, they know what they're doing too.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Is it supposed to be bad weather or something on Sunday?
No, but it was like 49 degrees yesterday.
If it was cold, they'd have to. Everybody wears blaze orange and camo. It's a lot tougher to find a all winter unless you're sleek like Jesse. It's really hard to find like the white coat with white pants and just all white outing.
Yeah.
Here, if it's 78 degrees, you can find a bunch.
I hated the all white uniforms. I will say,
and you were a muscular dude. Yeah, if you're a little chubbier, white sucks. Like it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Jason and I know what we're talking about.
Maybe they'll do a blackout because black is slimming next year. All right, I want to get to tackle talk. Whenever Tausch tweets something, we know that it has struck a chord with him, and he was tweeting this morning about Penei Sewell.
Such an athletic play.
So you would say, Tausch, before we talk about him, that you would raise an ice-cold Blue Mountain Coors Light in his honor.
He is one of the best, but I'm going to tell you this, Zach Tom he's coming. Winter's coming. Zach Tom is coming as an elite right tackle. Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's made to chill. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing. It is crisp. It's only 102 calories. That's why it is Coors Light when I choose and I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And when we bring Bryan back after a 2-minute Sports Center, I am intrigued to find out, because we ran for 179 yards last week, I'm interested. He breaks the tape down like nobody. I want to hear what he thought of the run game with Josh Jacobs, because the pass protection was beautiful. But I'm curious to hear what Bryan has to say about how the fellas did up front in the run game on Sunday. And we'll do that in 2 minutes.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Pizza Hut is changing the combo game with the new My Hut box. Mark Tauscher here, and starting at just $6.99. Pizza Hut is now offering the ultimate solo meal. You can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree inside you want. And you can add a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $1.50 more. The My Hut box is perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner on your own, or any time you're on the go. Order your own My Hut box today, only from Pizza Hut.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. As Rob Domofsky writes at ESPNWisconsin.com, perhaps the seventh kicker's the charm for the Green Bay Packers in 2024. Going back to the offseason, 7 kickers have now come through Lambeau Field as the Packers search still to replace Mason Crosby from a couple of years ago. The latest addition as kicker, Brandon McManus, NFL veteran, 33 years old. Played 9 seasons with the Denver Broncos before playing 1 season with the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2023. He was cut by the Washington Commanders over the summer after some allegations. Plenty to read about from Rob Domofsky on the signing of McManus over at ESPNWisconsin.com. Also, plenty of conversation continuing on Wilde and Tausch about the signing, including with former Packers offensive lineman Bryan Bulaga. That conversation continues in just a moment on 100.5 ESPN. All of this, of course, as the Packers get back to practice today, getting set to host the Houston Texans Sunday at Lambeau Field. Packers listed as 3-point home favorites.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city.
The 10 o'clock hour begins now. We continue with Bryan Bulaga. I turn the floor, I cede my time to tackle talk between Tausch and Bulaga.
So, Blue, what did you make of the run game? Because the stat line looked pretty good. You know, I think it ended up being 179 or whatever it is, and Josh Jacobs got going. They stuck with the run. But it just felt like there were some TFLs and maybe some stuff to clean up. What did you see when you watched the film?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were certainly things that clean up, and I think it was a little bit of a mixed bag from Jordan Morgan, our rookie right guard. I think early on when he got in there, he had some struggles. And then I think in the second half, I think he felt more comfortable and he started playing better. Like that was someone that I watched quite a bit because in the live copy, I saw that he was rotating in there and I wanted to go back and watch it on the All-22. And like, I thought he got better as the game went on, but I think early on he struggled a little bit. But like I said, got better as the game went on. Let me make sure I'm very clear on that. I think if you look at, obviously Wilson, I think ran for 60 or 58 yards and Jacobs was like 68. Like, yeah, I think the average for Jacobs is like 3.8 or 3.9. And everyone wants to see that average and numbers and all that better. And as do I, but I think there's reason for me to like feel really good about that performance. And there were some TFLs and there were some blown up plays, but you can. I never look at it as like a whole. Like we should have had more. Or like this constitutes as a bad running day because our stud guy didn't go for over 85 or 95 yards. Like I don't look at it as. I mean, this was a combined effort. This was a group effort. I mean, we saw receivers getting the ball. Wilson had a nice day. I thought Jacobs had a good day, and I thought there was good movement up front. There's always going to be some busted plays. Like that's always going to happen. And even if you have a really great day running, like I think the Packers did, you're going to have some runs that aren't great. And obviously with Myers getting hurt, Jason, I don't know if you know anything more about that. Is he going to be back? Is he not going to be back?
I think he went back
do you know anything?
Stinger. He got a stinger, but he went back in. I think he was on the field goal unit, so he did go back in. I don't know how, but he did.
I thought I watched it. I mean, maybe I was looking at it, but because I saw it, I think it was for at least a series or two. It was Sean Ryan at left guard, Elton at center, Morgan at right guard, and maybe I wasn't paying attention when the center
you're right.
swap
He
happened.
went out. I don't know if he went back in on offense, but I think he went in just for the field goal.
Nothing you want to do than play field goal protection with a stinger.
Yeah, I don't know
feels
if
great.
I'm guessing he couldn't. I'm just guessing, but I'm guessing he couldn't snap the ball. Right?
Okay.
If you get a stinger.
Might have been.
Makes sense.
Might have had a stinger down the right arm. Yeah, that could be. So, like, it will be interesting I hope, because I think Myers has been playing good. Like, I think he's had a couple games that weren't great, and that's okay. Like, hey, it is what it is. But like, I think as the season's gone on, and it's a very young season still, I think he's gotten better and he's played better. And it looks like, especially when Jordan Love was out, he took a lot of responsibility on it, and that's really on the center to when you have a backup QB in and it's a new offense for him. There's a lot on the center that he has to get right with identifications and adjusting things and getting the QB on the same page as everyone else. So I think he's done a nice job up to this point, and I hope, especially against the big game against the Texans, that he's healthy enough to play, not just play, but play a full game because he's needed. I'm not saying that it's bad that Elton's playing center and Ryan at left guard, but like, you want your normal starting five in, and it did shock me a little bit. And maybe, Jason, you can ask about this a little bit more. It did shock me that they were rotating Sean Ryan out to start. Like, right? Like, I didn't understand that. Yeah, like, I didn't understand that move because I think Sean Ryan's been playing really good.
Yeah, they don't care, Brian. They don't care
Yeah.
that he's been playing that well. So that I did ask Steno about that actually on Thursday, about what the plan was, because Sean Ryan has played like he deserves to be the full-time, every snap starter at that position. Agreed?
He's played good football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree.
And Steno,
I agree.
And Steno said right away, yeah, but this kid's too talented. We need to get him out there. He's not going to get any better by not playing. So as soon as he's ready, he's going to go back to rotating. And that was already on Sunday. So
yeah.
I guess that was going to actually be my question for, well, guard talk, I guess, technically here, is that the fact that even though a guy, talk about someone who might have a reason to complain and not show up for work, even though a guy is playing at a high enough level to be the full-time starter and he's still not getting to be the full-time starter, what does that tell you about the coaching staff's mentality about Jordan Morgan, that they're doing that anyway?
Well, to me, it means they really like Jordan Morgan, right? They think very highly of him, and they think that he is a guy. I mean, like, they want him to be the true starter. I mean, it is literally what it says to me. Like, I mean, that's what it appears to be, and based on Steno's answer, and Steno's, I mean, from my experience with him, he's really honest and he's dead to the point, and he doesn't really beat around the bush, and that's what it sounds like the answer he gave you. That the staff wants him to be the guy, and listen, that sucks for Sean Ryan. Like, I'm just being honest with you. Like, that sucks. Like, you go out there as a player, you play at a high level, you play well, and you're going to be rotated at the end of the day when the guy that they really like gets back. And I'm not saying that they're playing favorites, but at the end of the day, like, you see what's happening, and you can't help but feel bad.
You're
for
kind
Sean
of saying
Ryan.
they're playing favorites, right? Isn't that kind of what you're saying?
Like, I like, it's hard unless they come out and say to Jason, like, we want this guy to be the starter. Like, I can't say that they're playing favorites, but it just shows that
feels like it. Yeah.
No matter what Sean Ryan does good, and he's been playing good, he's going to be rotated. And that's a tough spot.
Frustrating.
For him to be it. Yeah. As a player, like, I don't know how I would have reacted to that.
Not
like,
good.
I would have felt
not good.
Yeah. I just mean from like a standpoint of practicing and putting all the effort in to perform at a high level, but then hey, you're getting rotated out, bud. Like, and that's tough. And
so,
what's
Blue,
hard
quick
to
question
do,
for you: what would be worse, that where you're practicing and you're playing, or being Cliffy's backup, where you take every practice rep all week and then don't play at all on Sunday?
Listen, I did that for a little bit.
I know.
Like,
what's better?
I mean, I would say what I did as a rookie and take Cliff's reps, because I already knew I wasn't getting in the game. Like, that was very clear to me that, like, I'm not taking any game reps with Cliffy or you being healthy. Like, so I know I'm not getting in the game, but I'll take I understand what the situation was. I can't imagine the situation with Sean Ryan because, like, hey, I would love to see the snap breakdown in practice, like who's taking majority of the reps, who isn't. That would be fascinating stuff to see and kind of see how that dynamic's playing out. And then obviously in the offensive line room, like I continue to say it, and I said it last year when they were doing the rotating, who this impacts the most is the center and the right tackle. Luckily, we have a right tackle that's a very good football player.
Stud!
Like he's a stud. And we have a center who's a veteran center that can adjust to these things. But it does impact the way both guys play because there were a couple times in this game where it looked like they were a combo block between the center and the right guard, and this was early on with Jordan Morgan, that he cut loose the shade, and Josh Myers was expecting more help, and it blew up a play. Like, those are the things that happen when these rotation deals go through, that guys aren't on the same page, the communication isn't there, and that's what happens.
Yeah, and Brian, that's what I was kind of there were a few of those plays I love the fact LaFleur's stuck with the run. I love the production, but there are some things to clean up. So, Blue, last one for me. Let's say Sean Ryan calls you up and he's like, Blue, man, I am so frustrated. I'm playing my tail off. I'm doing everything, and I'm still getting rotated. What's the advice you're giving him?
I mean, I would tell him to continue to do what he's doing because he's making a case for himself to always be on the field, right? The minute he doesn't get any snaps, right? Like the time where they go to Jordan Morgan full time is where he as a player then has to go and speak with, obviously, Buckus. Start with your O-line coach first, right? Like, you go speak to him and ask him what's going on, what did I do, and get that explanation. And then, he may be brutally honest and tell you what the situation is, or he may, because he's got to keep the peace in the O-line room. Like that, I mean, position coaches, their main thing is to keep the peace in the room and keep this group together, keep it functioning, keep it cohesive. The next step would be going to talk to Coach LaFleur and seeing, hey, man, like what happened? What did I do wrong? What can I improve on? And go from there, because there's no really, like, I would never say be a guy in the O-line room that doesn't,
Can't
keep the
make it
group
about
in a
you.
good headspace.
It's tough. You can't be about you. Yeah, it's got to be about the collective, and that's a hard thing sometimes.
Yeah. And you got to keep it about the room. And I my advice would be just keep doing what you're. That would be my suggestion, was continue to do what you're doing. And as long as you're getting reps, you're doing something right. The minute the reps get taken away on game day, then there's things to have discussions with. And those are discussions that I've never had to have in my career, thankfully. And I've never seen any guys in our room have that conversation, because it was very clear in my time there who the five were, right? Like, it was always very clear. There was no gray area. It was, these are the five guys. Even when Steno and LaFleur came in, the five guys were clear. And this is a situation the last 2 years now that I've never seen. So this is out of my league from a dynamic standpoint. We'll just put it that way.
All right. Did you want to do your Penei Sewell Admiration Society?
It's 10:20, so I want to be respectful of Brian's time. So we'll hit up on Penei Sewell and Zach Tom and the comparisons, because Penei Sewell is the best of the best at right tackle, in my opinion, but Zach Tom is knocking right there.
All right, Brian.
I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. Like, I think Zach Tom is a tremendous football player. Like, he really is.
He's really good.
But I'll tell you what, the guy. I don't want to butcher his last name, because I always do when I say it. But 58 from the lines is a good football player now. He's in a different category right now. And you know what? Like, Zach Tom doesn't have to be him right now. Like, he has to be himself. But like, the old boy from Detroit's playing on a different planet.
That hook and ladder was something else. If I'm Detroit, I ain't messing with him, because if he gets a knee clipped when he's trying to score a tutter in a 40-point game, you're going to be kicking yourself. But really impressive, and I love the fact Zach Tom is right there.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Bryan, we appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
All right, guys, take it easy.
That is the great Bryan
I wish
Bulaga.
we went to talk robots in the beginning. I felt like we wasted a couple minutes with robot talk. With
You don't
Bryan.
say.
No, I do. And I'll take the blame on that one.
It's awfully big of you. Tell us about American Family Insurance while you're
We're getting to
delivering
be
your mea
close.
culpa.
We're about a week out. Packer fans looking for the ultimate game day experience? Well, American Family Insurance, they have you covered. Picture this. Hit your very own VIP tailgate party and then cheer on your Packers from jaw-dropping seats. Enter the Dream Weekend Sweepstakes to win amazing game tickets, a private tailgate, exclusive Jordan Love merch, and much, much more. That sounds incredible? Well, don't miss out. Visit amfam.com/Packers to enter. You have until 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, not Mountain, not Eastern, Central, on October 21st. You don't have to do anything else. Just go to amfam.com/Packers to enter. Dream fearlessly, insure carefully.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Get ready for Forward Madison's final home game of the regular season at Breese-Stevens Field. On Saturday, October 19th, enjoy Fan Appreciation Night with special guest Pat Connaughton. Enjoy the night with the VIP ticket pack. Get a Flock End ticket, plus a meet and greet with Pat, which includes a photo, autograph, and a Mingo's in 6 scarf, all for just $75. Visit ForwardMadisonFC.com to purchase your ticket pack today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Tune in this Friday to Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania as the Sauk Prairie Eagles play host to the Edgewood Crusaders. Both teams are sitting at 3-3 in conference play heading into the final week of the season, meaning the winner is an automatic qualifier for the WIAA playoffs. Eagles Crusaders. Coverage begins this Friday at 6:30 exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
Looking to get away this winter? Well, now's your chance. Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. Our friends at Coors Light are giving away a Florida experience this December, and you could win. This trip for two includes a travel and hotel voucher, club-level tickets to the Boca Bowl on Wednesday, December 18th, and exclusive access to events surrounding the Boca Bowl. All you have to do is order an ice-cold Coors Light and scan the QR code at any of the following locations: Scotty Bar, Red Zone, Echo Tap, and Wando's. Coors Light. Enjoy responsibly.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike, There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
And the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off. Heartbreakers gonna break. And the fakers gonna fake, baby. I'm just gonna shake. I shake it off. I never miss a beat. I'm lighting on my feet. And that's what they don't see.
The Packers announced that the kicker swap is official. Brandon McManus is your new kicker. We'll see what Goody has to say if he speaks a little bit later this morning.
He's not going to speak, is he?
Maybe. I don't know. I just know that the Packers have a new kicker, and we'll find out if this is an upgrade. We spent a lot of airtime discussing
robots.
And Brayden Narveson. And I don't know. I don't know if he ever straightens things out and he becomes an NFL full-time kicker or not, right? There's been plenty of guys
Needs to change his number. Tough to take a kicker seriously at 44.
My question that we
feel like he's going to put his hand in the dirt and get physical. That's what when I think of 44.
Fullback. I think of fullback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Matt Snyder.
James Starks?
Yeah, we went through this. We tried to do a 44. Oh, I almost had a perfect Dynasty Daddy last night. And you know where I screwed up? Super Bowl winner that played for the Titans and the Packers.
Craig
they do this. I think it's a 9-square deal, kind of like Sudoku. And Max and I got all of them, and then we're sitting there, and I'm like, Craig Hentrick, let's go. And then there's a little caveat. Since 1999. So we've been doing this for a couple of weeks, and obviously Hentrick won his Super Bowl with the G&G, and so we didn't get that. And I'm sitting there, L'Jarius Sneed is sitting there right in my face. He was a Titan. This was only a Titan that had won a Super Bowl, not the Packer-Titan combo. I just want to make sure I clarify that.
Now I'm really confused.
It's such a fun game.
A robot totally could have done it, though. I'm glad you said that it's like Sudoku, because that actually
gave you a picture.
At least gives us a much better idea of what the hell you were talking about.
Packers Titans up in the corner, one corner, and you have to get one that played for both. And then the Giants would be next underneath, and then it's a Giant Packer. And then there's one little caveat. One of them was played with Devontae Adams. So then you're thinking, all right, it's a Raider, it's a Packer, okay. And then they play for the Titans. It's a fun little. It really gets your mind working.
We're gonna find a way to try and do this on a Digi only
once a week. It's a fun little deal. But Craig Hentrich, who Ron Wolf said was one of the biggest mistakes he made by not keeping him.
Yeah, true. Will the Packers feel in any way the same way about Anders Carlson someday?
Yes.
I think so, too. I think that if they'd have been a little more patient, he would have eventually gotten his act together just like his brother
Would it have been this year? Because if he's...
Yeah, that's a fair question back.
And we don't know because in the preseason he did get opportunities. But I just wonder, Ron Wolf, obviously, I don't know from a GM, Ron Wolf is a Hall of Famer. But he admitted one of his big mistakes was not keeping the punter. You just wonder if Goody is sitting there right now. And Goody's tenure is not... He's not won the championship. He's not gotten to a Super Bowl, but he's built championship caliber rosters. And I think this roster has a chance to be one of the best. It's not there yet. It's not in that 2014 category. But it's trending that way if his players continue to develop. And he also has a hole in his special teams resume. Not that Ron did. I don't even know who punted in the second Super Bowl. Who was the punter?
In 97?
Yeah.
Ooh, good question.
Thanks.
I'll have
Don Bracken?
No, that was before.
I
Bucky
loved
Scribner.
Old lefty. Don
Gus.
Bracken.
It was Gus, yes. Well done, Jesse. Dynamite drop in. All right,
Gus
we need
was
to get
a place
to Homer.
kicker, not a punter. So
yes, we've covered that. more than we needed to. Also, more than we needed to with robots. We need to get to Uncle Homer, who's neither a donkey nor a robot. He will join us next. Want to remind you that I will be and Jesse will be at the Associated Bank Titletown branch on Friday. That's like the day after tomorrow. Up here in Green Bay, we'll be doing the show. We'll have all kinds of fun little things going on at Titletown. You can come in, make the switch to Associated Bank, find out more about Packers checking, find out more about early pay, find out more about the great customer service and all the J.D. Power Awards they've won for it. If you come visit us, again, that is Friday, this Friday, like the day after tomorrow, at the Titletown branch of Associated Bank in Green Bay.
How far do you think I
blurry.
could kick a field goal from?
They've got the goalpost there.
How far
Gus.
do you think I could make one from?
I think you can make
yards.
a 19-yarder.
I think you make a 25-yarder.
19, 20. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how far I can kick a field goal from on Friday.
We're always looking for great digital.
And the great news is there's a lot of good
content.
healthcare providers that we're looking for a partnership too. This could work out really well for everybody. So go ahead. I think
Because you're predicting that he will need health care after he gets
pull a
done?
hammy. Yeah, because then he's going to try to run the 40, which, by the way, I also recommend you doing. They have a 40-yard dash time. Matter of fact,
Not gonna do that.
one of the Academy members, I'll keep their names out of it, yanked his hammy up for when the Packer Hall of Fame deal was. He was running, trying to show off, and he yanked a hammy.
Oh, Patrick. Come on now.
Maybe.
Uncle Homer joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Jesse Nelson here to tell you about Madison Weight Loss, the program that I experienced for 60 days and was able to drop 40 pounds. It was what ultimately helped me get over the hump in a weight loss goal that I had set many years ago. I said, I think I can lose this weight. I think I can get down to this level. I can get to this benchmark number. But it took me forever to try and figure out the best way to do it. I kept saying, someday I'm going to reach that goal. Well, someday is now thanks to Madison Weight Loss. All I had to do was change my diet, change what I eat every single day, and I was able to drop that weight, all the unnecessary fat. It was the healthy, the natural way to do it. I also felt more energized throughout the entire program. And I've learned a bunch of different habits that I can also incorporate into my everyday life now that the program has concluded. I've seen those results, and I know what the difference is that it can make for my lifestyle. You can get a free consultation scheduled either in person or virtually right now at MadisonWeightLoss.com. Check it out, MadisonWeightLoss.com. Learn more about the program, learn about what it all entails, and see if you want to join me in losing 40 pounds in the weight loss journey that I went through with Madison Weight Loss. Check it out again, MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
Pizza Hut is changing the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Mark Tausch here, and starting at just $6.99, Pizza Hut is now offering the ultimate solo meal. You can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree and side you want. And you can add a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $1.50 more. The My Hut Box is perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner on your own, or any time you're on the go. Order your own My Hut Box today, only from Pizza Hut.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hey, this is John Audius, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball play-by-play broadcaster. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand, Madison's new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
You hear him every weekday.
Whatever you do,
I joined him 3 of those 5 days on the Homer Hour with Steve the Homer True, with John Anderson, with Bryan Bulaga. I think Demovsky's on once a week. Gary Ellerson, a cast of characters. You also hear him as the voice of Marquette Men's Basketball Radio Network, which basketball's right around the corner. And, of course, you see him on God Talk with Homer and Pip. It is Steve the Homer True. Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I need to work on Tausch. He's overselling the Ron Wolf Hentrick thing. I addressed that with Ron Wolf, just a punter. And he said that presenting it this way is overselling it, but I can't actually remember what he said, so I will look that up. Ron Wolf had just written a book with Mike Ballman. It was one of the first questions. Come on, like all the things you did, they say that the biggest mistake you ever was a free agent of Hentrick. Come on. And he explained it as that wasn't an accurate presentation. He did regret it, but I'll give you the specifics. But I'm just trying to help Tausch out so he doesn't use that anymore if he believes.
Oh, that's nice of you.
That's what he
Thanks.
said. I can only go off of his own words, Homer.
Well, those words were not accurate, and he cleared them up with me, and I'll give you the specifics. But you can run with it for another week if you'd like.
Well, I don't need to run with it another week. I mentioned Craig Hentrick because his being brought into it. Obviously, we've been talking kicking and Goody and having this kind of hole in the roster now for a little bit, and the fact that Craig Hentrick cost me my dynasty daddy last night, and the fact Ron Wolf said it. That's why I brought it up. Otherwise, I would not have brought up Craig Hentrick.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I did the best I could, Jason.
Yeah, we know. Good effort.
So, by the way, he's the kicker, and yes, you guys nailed it perfectly. This tells you how good they think the team is, because there are no issues, but there's still an issue with this kicker. But he's really good, and Goody did what he needed to do. Even though some people will not be happy, and there'll be more about it. The ladies have filed another suit with their using their names, and so I don't know where that's going to go, but it's not, that part of it is not necessarily over either.
So is he good? I mean,
Yeah.
his career percentage
Very
is
good.
81.4%. That's
Very
you've said it yourself. Kicking in 2024, 80% is like the bottom of your expectations for a kicker. There's a bunch of guys that kick at 90+%.
Yeah, no, he's good. And Tausch said it best. Goody can sleep. He can miss his first 2 kicks, and he's still going to be the kicker. I tweeted that, and I'm certain he's the guy. They're going to go with him, and they believe in him, and there's enough evidence to support it, and so everybody can move on.
So the last kicker they'll have this season is Brandon McManus.
Yeah, I agree with Homer on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is over.
Hope you're right.
All right, so Homer, the big game coming up, because I'm going to be honest with you. You have taught me that the kicking and punting is whatever, even though I disagree with you on kicking. I don't want to talk about the kicking. Let's see if this kid can go out and make some kicks. He's a kid. He's 33. But let's see. Let's see. I like the fact, hey, you can't stand pat. Let's move forward. Is this how do you look at Sunday's game? First off, it should be flex. That's my first opinion of it.
They can't flex yet. You may want them to flex earlier.
You could flex it to 425. You could move it.
Can you?
I think so. They're moving a game next week. I think.
I know, but I think that's when it starts. But
Well,
I'm not sure.
All right, get rid of the flex rule. Okay,
Okay, I'll join that club.
All
yes.
right, good.
You
I'm
be
glad.
able to
Come
flex
on in.
whenever you want from the first
Yes,
week.
after week one, flex away. If there's an injury, flex away.
Right.
I'm totally on board with the Flex City USA.
Yeah, good idea.
What kind of benchmark are you looking at here as far as when we talk about this Sunday afternoon instead of Sunday night, which I'm happy about, and this game goes one way or the other, how much weight are you putting into this game against a really good Texans team?
Not much. Some, but not much. The
I put
Packers
that
are
as the
good-
promo for Green Bay game night. That's perfect.
Correct. The Packers are a good team. If they get killed in this game, I'll still believe they're a pretty good team unless something changes. But it'll tell us a little bit more. But this is a team, and Goody just showed us, this is a team that's a player. And so it's all going to depend on how they do come late in the year. But they've got players. I want to start a new category. So my answer is, because I believe in this team, we no longer have to worry about Jordan Love. He's healthy.
Yep.
So they lose 30-0.
That would be bad.
I'd go, all right, I still believe in this team. They're still a player.
Okay.
So, it doesn't.
I agree with Homer, by the way.
They don't need to win to prove to me what level they're at.
I think this, not that this is a nothing burger, and I do think it's interesting to always kind of stand up and see where you're at.
Yeah.
But because has Green Bay played a clunker yet? They played a clunker of a half against Minnesota, but there are underlying circumstances within that I give it a pass. You're going to have clunkers throughout the season. We always do.
So you're telling me if they get shut out at home by the Texans,
I still don't think. I still
gonna
believe that this team is a Super Bowl contender. Yes, even if they get blown out. Yep. Now I don't anticipate that happening. I don't think that will happen.
I don't think it'll happen either. But you're telling me that if they finally play a really, really good team and they play that poorly, that's not going to give you any sort of pause at all?
I might pause, but I'm not going to freak out. I might pause.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for that to happen, but I'm sorry, I don't believe you.
Well, I don't really care. You don't have to believe
I believe
me.
Tausch,
It's the truth.
And I don't
really
talk.
care.
I
Good
don't
comeback.
need to talk because Tausch has nailed it perfectly. However, I do want to start my new category. My new category is now Pro Football Hall of Fame. Players on the Packers that I believe are closest, that I believe to making the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Zach Tom is number one on that list. He's not going to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm not putting him there, but he'll be a finalist. That's how good he is and can be.
Interesting.
And so now I don't know who else to have, but Jason accuses me of trying to do things too early, and I don't want to disappoint him because I love this. Like Zach Tom is that good. You know why they are platooning at right guard?
Why?
There's only one reason.
Why?
Because they can.
They think Jordan
with Zach
Morgan
Tom.
can be in the Hall of Fame?
No, because they can because Zach Tom is that good. As two linemen just said, it's stupid. You need to develop the group. No, when you have someone that good as Zach Tom, you can screw around with the right guard position for whatever they want. By the way, the guy they're platooning with, if I'm his agent, dude, just keep playing your best when your contract's up. Get the hell out of there. They don't want to start you. That's fine.
You take a little wear and tear off of them too. Man, maybe we're looking at that from the wrong perspective. So you have, of all the players right now on the Green Bay Packers roster, you would bet the most that Zach Tom's a Hall of Famer.
The closest to it, yes. I'm not putting him in yet. He's a finalist for sure.
Boy,
but yes, I have him at the top of the list.
I think I'd go Xavier McKinney if I had to put money on it right now.
All right.
That might be where I go.
You could put it, man. You know, that's a good choice.
Elton Jenkins Elton Jenkins before his knee injury was trajectorizing that way. I don't know if he's gotten the All-Pro nods and the Pro Bowl nods that you need, because all the other stuff, nobody really cares.
Mm-hmm.
They look at All-Pros, and, the best, even though I would argue Elton has probably done more at different positions than almost anybody, and he's done it well.
Right.
Zach Tom and Xavier McKinney would be good starting points as far as where I'd look.
I would really like, Jason, if you would, when you talk to the offensive line coach, say, we have an old man who says one of the reasons, he says the biggest reason that you're alternating at right guard is because you have Zach Tom at right tackle. Is he accurate or close to accurate?
I don't think that's a great question.
I'm not sure I'll ask it that
could be
way.
off,
I want to get the
be
Hall
one of those
Fame in
side
there.
pieces. You go a little side piece action with him.
I would ask Steno, because Steno is very blunt. If you had a lesser right tackle than the stud you have there in Zach Tom, would you still be able to rotate the way you are?
Perfect.
How about
That's
that?
pretty well worded. I still don't know if that's the narrative that you're looking for, but maybe. I don't know what
It's
your
not,
Sunday.
but
What's your
I'm-
Sunday
I-
story
I-
this week? That usually tells me what you're going to ask.
The plan is for a story on Evan Williams and
Micah Hyde.
I'm texting Micah Hyde here during the show.
Also, that means Micah might be joining us tomorrow. That'd be great.
I was hoping that we
That'd
could
be
get
fun.
him on, but I can't guarantee that.
Okay.
I'd love Christian Watson.
Yeah, I am. I Christian Watson with this whole Romeo scenario, and I don't want Homer to go down the Romeo scenario. You can do that on Homer Hour.
I'm doing it also because of how wide open he was on that touchdown pass.
My
It's the
point
combo.
is, and I know we've talked about this, Christian Watson throughout this has probably elevated himself, even though in my book, his speed and what he did his rookie season, comparing it with Randy Moss being in his category as a rookie from a touchdown standpoint, his speed, what he's done the last 10 days, 15 days, whatever it's been, and how he's taken on leadership and showed himself, I couldn't be more impressed with what Christian Watson's
Damn,
done.
I don't need to
And
come
he
on.
deserves a Sunday article. He deserves it.
Yeah, you'll get no argument here, but that'll be my fallback if Micah can't join us.
Sad. We're going to start putting things and put them in the sad category. Sunday article deserving. And we're going to say that's a sad that.
No,
I like that too.
I don't like that at all.
Thanks. Well, then bring something different. Don't be one of these naysayers where it's, I don't like it. Well, what's better?
I just don't think if the acronym spells out sad, I would like to.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I would like to come up with
But
something that's not sad.
I
That's
don't
all.
like poo-poo with no juju. Like, if you're going to do it, give me something. Don't just poo-poo. Everybody can poo-poo.
I've had 5 seconds since
No, it's
you
not-
said it.
I didn't say it's fair. I didn't say it was
you guys
fair.
are good. You guys should have a show. By the way, I need your help.
Yes,
we're here for you.
All right. Well, I got to do an interview with John Kuhn in about 5 minutes. That's why I got to leave. Is there a question to ask him that you'd like answered?
No.
All right.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I'm here because of this organization, Life Camp USA, and they have a hunting day where they shoot, trap, and all this other stuff. And I know they've done Tausch for you. Doesn't your family shoot and hunt and stuff like that?
Well, I text you. You send me this email a day before to
Well, that's
come
just-
down.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it like, what? Then I text you on the side rather than reply all, and I say,
I missed the text.
I said, what's the deal with this? Because I would have loved to have come down. I like going out pheasant hunting and doing some things.
What's the deal with this?
And I get no response. He sends it to me a day before.
Right, because that's when I got it. No,
I
I'm
understand.
gonna apologize. I don't know how I missed your text.
Okay.
I blew it. It's on me, but this is just 1 year of many. People need to look up Life Camp USA. It's just incredible.
Hey,
this
get
event
me
is
the
for-
info for next year.
Yeah, I will.
Tell your friends that I'd be more than happy. I'd love to be a part of it because it's a cool deal.
So it's going on all day today. I'm in Milford right now, so they would love you at any time today if you actually had
Great
time.
elk chili there.
What?
Yeah. Great elk chili. You can do different chilies with different meats. Elk chili, fantastic elk chili there.
All right, now I do have a question to Jason because Jason is a heart. Okay.
Is a what?
Because Jason
believe-
has
Is a
a
heart?
heart? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
he cares about people so much, sometimes too much. But in terms of if this is appropriate,
Fair.
I believe that John Kuhn got to play 2 rounds of golf at Augusta, the Masters, because of me.
It's true.
So is it appropriate for me to then say, I think I get 2 tickets to every Packer home game the rest of my life. What is that being pushy? Do I just let it go?
Great question. That's your question for him. Not every game.
No. Should I ask him? Is it rude to even ask him?
Is it in a public forum or is this in a?
Yes.
This is
no,
public
forum. I'm going to speak in front of this great group of people.
Okay.
That are the Hunt for Life Foundation. Camp USA.
I think you're being greedy, but I think you should get 2 tickets every season, not every game.
Oh,
I
but
think
should I
that's
bring
fair.
it up or do it privately?
I think you bring it up.
Okay,
Publicly.
Jason,
Yeah.
because Tausch has an edge that we all love, but I'm going to defer to Jason as to whether I should bring it up.
So to what degree have you been thanked for getting that set up? Because I
None.
know
I don't know.
Aaron
I don't think-
Rodgers
I-
went.
I sent
Kuhn knows.
Homer
I don't think Kuhn knows.
Homer. I sent you a great note after that all worked
Yes,
out.
you did. I didn't
Okay.
even mention that you were a part of it. I didn't want to bring you into it. I'm just saying I don't know that Kuhn knows this. He might not.
I think you should bring it up.
I totally agree.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right, go have a fun day, Homer. Go. Are you gonna take some pheasant?
His name, the person in charge is Mark Newman. By the way, you can learn his. He has been featured on My Faith with Homer and Pip. So if you want to know his spiritual resume, Mark Newman.
Hey,
he
Homer,
started this thing, and it's unbelievable.
Homer, I
He
love
will-
this.
he
This
will
is going to
contact
be.
you. I'm going to give him your number, okay, so he can call you.
That's fine. You can do that. Homer, I want you to, because I'm going to skip out early on Friday. Can you call in and do my Feel Good Friday? Because this is a great cause that Homer's doing. Will
Yes,
you
I
do
will.
my Feel Good Friday?
Yep.
Because I have to head out early to get down to Northwestern. Can you call in Friday and be my Feel Good Friday and use this?
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, Homer.
Bye.
There you go. I was going to ask you guys if I could bounce out early on Friday, and I just kind of handled it. So,
How did that end with you dipping out a Friday show
listen,
early with you booking
I'll
a
take
guest
some heat
at
from
the end
Jason.
of that?
I ain't taking any heat from you on that. Okay? All right, Pumpkin?
Oh, Pumpkin is back.
He went
It's been a while.
Oh, boy.
How have we not done a spooky or fluky with Halloween
it's
coming?
coming
or
next
a
week.
pumpkin or nothing or something.
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
Jason's favorite thing about Wisconsin is the pumpkin patches.
I do like the pumpkin
I forgot
patch.
about that.
That's one of our favorite
Oh,
things
boy,
to do
loves
as a
him some
family.
pumpkins.
I do indeed. All right. You want to just tell us about Johnson & Sons Paving here?
Sure,
as we-
Pumpkin. I'll definitely do that, Pumpkin. Get ready for spring and do it now. Call Johnson & Sons Paving to make sure no pavement hazards get worse over the winter. Potholes and cracked curbs and drainage issues. Well, if things are bad now, call Johnson & Sons Paving to get it fixed today. Schedule a free, no-obligation quote and get a walkthrough of your pavement. They'll be able to see signs of asphalt pavement work that needs to be done by spotting those fatigue cracks, standing water, warping, buckling, sinking pavement, or more. Don't scare away your customers or tenants with bad curb appeal. Book now, save money later. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. October is football season, the baseball postseason, apple cider season, the Halloween season, and most importantly, it's truck season at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. And to celebrate, you have the opportunity to save over $10,000 on select 2024 Silverado 1500s at Zimbrick Chevy. With over 60 Silverados to choose from, there is no better time to stop by the dealership or view available inventory online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. There are special truck month specials available on all models. Check out ZimbrickChevrolet.com for all the current specials and to see the entire inventory. And whether it's truck season or any other season of the year, remember you can always schedule a service appointment, view vehicle inventory, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on ESPN Madison. Listen to every match all season long on 100.5 ESPN and streaming everywhere on Wisconsin On Demand. Coaching legend Bo Ryan joining basketball's all-time greats over the weekend. A laundry list of thank yous from the 4-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, capped off with a special one for his players. Audio courtesy NBA TV.
For every rebound you grabbed, for every free throw you practiced, for every charge you took, for every time you went to the floor for a loose ball, I thank each and every one of you. It was my supreme honor to coach you. I will cherish the memories we share for the rest of my life.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Fleet Farm's having another great truckload sale, so make room for big savings. This Thursday through Sunday only, get bags of hardwood fuel pellets for just $4.99. 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed are on sale for $13.99. Pound bags of our own pistachios are 2 for $10. And cases of Fleet Farm water are 4 for $11. Load up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm's 4-day truckload sale.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Thanks to Homer and to, of course, Bryan Bulaga, who we always enjoy both of their sharing our time. Tausch, you were watching Get Up Again, and you've got something you want to get to. We'll kick that off in the 11 o'clock hour. Before we get to the 11 o'clock hour, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've got going on with Fortria? And do they have one for recently skinny people who have a low BMI like Jesse?
I think they do, yeah. The beautiful part, and I've been talking for years now about this, when you want to get a little extra spending cash, Fortria's got all kinds of studies. We focus on some heavier setness. Doesn't mean they're all for heavy set, folks. Jesse, now that you're sleek, head over to Fortria Clinical Trials. Find the study that fits what you're looking for. And right now, women currently breastfeeding, ages 18 to 45, BMI of 18 to 35. Study involves 1 stay, 5 nights, 5 follow-ups, and 1 phoner. Compensation is $10,125 for your time and participation. I have another study, healthy adults ages 18 to 60, body mass index 18 to 32. This study, 1 stay, 14 nights with 11 follow-ups, and $13,006. Right in your pocket. Head over to FortriaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortria, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Get more per pour at the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is a Madison original, brewing award-winning craft beers for 30 years. And now, it's time for their bigger and better happy hour. Every Monday through Thursday from 3 until 6 p.m., enjoy 20-ounce pints of the Great Dane's flagship beers for only $3. From Crop Circle Wheat to the Old Glory APA. Head to one of their 4 locations, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, and East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Sports Center updates on 100.5 ESPN are brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
Wilde and Tausch begins now. And it begins with something that, Tausch, you saw on Get Up Monday morning.
What is today?
Today's Wednesday.
Slow moving month, am I right?
No, it's been moving somewhat quickly for us, but maybe not for the Tauschers. Jesse, this is apparently an interesting debate or discussion about Jordan Love, and it involves Rex Ryan. You're all blurry. Is that because?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Pablo's no longer too close to the? See, because he's clear. He's messed up the focus by standing so close.
That's why I point out you called Tausch out in the 9 o'clock hour for commenting on the texts that were popping up on the video stream. And now you're kind of doing something similar.
I just live with it.
Yeah, double standard, clearly, because we didn't talk about him being too close to the camera earlier in the show at all. You're right. You're blurry in the video stream.
Quite, yeah.
But this was interesting to you and to Tausch when it comes to the opinion these guys held on Jordan Love.
Yes, it was fascinating. There were several different...
fascinating?
Yeah, like Tausch, when Tausch texts us and says, Rex Ryan, 821, get up. First of all, I'm like, oh, great.
Oh, I can't find the video.
Now I got to go figure out what that means.
Oh, I got to do work. And I always feel bad for sending it.
You don't feel bad
Not at all.
for
No,
sending
you don't.
it.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, here is the debate on Get Up from Monday morning following Packers Cart.
Rex, you have been on the fence, if you will, about Jordan Love. How do you feel today?
Well, no, I mean, look, you can't deny this guy's talent. Like, it's ridiculous. He can throw the ball with anybody. My only concern is sometimes I think he gets reckless with the football. I think he believes in his arm talent too much, and he puts the team at risk when he turns the ball over.
So, D. Wood, you've got the Vikings who still haven't lost. You've got the Lions who were dominant yesterday, but again, may have lost their best player. Can the Packers win this division?
Absolutely. I've always said, like, their defense to me is going to be the telltale sign for this team. And the way they played yesterday, I mean, they played outstanding defensively. they can absolutely win this division.
Talk to me about Jordan Love, Dan.
Yeah, I love the ball distribution that we saw from Jordan Love. He's spread it around to all their talent. This is 10 straight games, if you count the playoffs, where he's got multiple touchdown passes. This is a high-scoring offense. And I agree with Wood. This defense takes the ball away. That's something they have not done in the past couple years in Green Bay. I think he can stay aggressive because the defense has got the ability to get the ball back.
So as much as it pains me, that part at the end that Dan Orlovsky says, we remember back in the early days of the Brett Favre era, one of the great things that they had going for them was Leroy Butler could come up to Favre after an interception and say, don't worry, we got you. And they'd go get the ball back for him or get a stop. Is that the part that you found most interesting, or the fact that Rex Ryan is still a little bit of a Frank Novak doubter in Jordan Love?
Well, I thought both were interesting, but it was the Dan Orlovsky stuff that I was intrigued by after Rex kind of went through his thing. And I don't want to – this is where I always get a little bit flummoxed because I think the gold standard for modern-day Packer defense is that Leroy Butler 96 team. What they were able to do and lead the league in creating turnovers, and you always felt like if they needed a stop, they were going to get one. Mm-hmm. When is the last time we felt that way? Even in 2010, when we win a Super Bowl, did you feel like every time you feel like Charles will make a big play? You know, you'd think, well, Cullen's going to get back there. He's going to make a play. Clay.
Tremont.
You had guys, and Tremont made plays. Obviously, the Falcon game. You felt it, but did you feel it as strongly? I don't know what the turnover differential was in that 2010 season. I would bet that the 2009 season was better, turnover-wise. That group was dominant with Reggie, with Chill, with Santana, Leroy. It was dominant. And this group is not there, not right now. But they're 5-6 games into the season, and they're creating turnovers like that group did.
The 2010 team had 32 takeaways, but they did, and Aaron Rodgers did have more interceptions than he would have in subsequent years. They turned the ball over 22 times, so they were 6th in the league in takeaways. But at plus 10, they were 4th in the league. Now, you were curious about 09, and then I'll have to go into the archives to track down what they were in 1996. But you were right. Your instinct is right on the money. They had 30 interceptions. Just interceptions.
Well, C. Wood was depoy.
In 2009.
Yep.
40 total takeaways.
That's pretty good.
Their net differential was plus 24, which was
really
also
good.
Best in the league.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you can still play defense and be as dominant as that 96 team in today's day and age just because of the way it's officiated and how the rules have changed. But you sensed, and this was last week, you did everything you could do, and you limited what Arizona did. It felt kind of like that suffocating game that I was hoping to see a couple weeks ago.
Boa constrictor.
It was a suffocator last week. There was never a doubt that I just never felt like Arizona was going to move the football. I think they had one good drive all day. And that's how you felt back in that 96 era. You just felt like they were going to make plays. They were going to suffocate you. I think if you can get your pass rush cranked up and you don't have to blitz. But if you remember, Fritz blitzed. I'm trying to rhyme another Fritz blitzed. I don't have anything else. But Fritz blitzed.
Gave him a spritz.
He gave a spritz to Leroy. He'd spritz Leroy. Hey, go up there and get after people. And that was that difference-making group. And the fact that you feel like, from Jordan's perspective, we're so used to, because Aaron played quarterback here so long, that there wasn't going to be turnovers. And it's a cardinal sin, and it's not going to happen. And, oh, my God, I can't believe that happened. I haven't seen it. You're seeing Jordan takes some more risks than I think most of us, including Matt LaFleur, like, and Tom Clements. But if your defense is going to be a turnover-making machine, you're able to overcome that, whereas I think Aaron probably always felt like he couldn't, or that this group couldn't overcome it. Jordan probably feels like they can. And we'll see if that's how this season shakes out.
Is that a good attitude to have?
No.
I can take more chances
No.
because these guys will give me the ball back?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But that's not to say that's not how it works. And when you want to harp on complimentary football all the time, that's what you're talking about. If I do make a mistake, it's going to get covered. Now, I don't want to be asking them to, because that's not being a good teammate. I'm not going to ask them to do this consistently. But when and if that time comes, when I decide to wing the football off my back foot out of the end zone and throw a pick six from 3 yards, they're going to have my back. And that's what happened. And that's a good thing. And I think that's what Orlovsky is saying. That's why I found it interesting.
Michael Klink, the Klinkster, as we like to know him, he's very busy. He's tweeting, he's clipping parts of the show. He really is very serious about his Hall of Fame credentials.
Are we paying him? I don't
We
think
are not.
so.
No,
Jesse?
we're definitely not.
No, I mean, find him a little bit. Find him something.
Take it out of your own
salary,
salary,
We can't even get him
Jesse.
a prize pack because he's
Canadian.
He's out of the country.
He points out that Rex Ryan has never been a love guy, which I would say sets him apart from most ESPN analysts. I feel like,
he's also a
especially last
defensive
year,
guy.
Everybody was pro-love.
A lot
They
of
were
love.
love with love.
A lot of love up there at Bristol / New York or wherever it all is.
Okay. Again, my question is, A, do you want your quarterback thinking that way? You answered that. My second question is, how confident are you that they can keep up something resembling this pace? Right?
I
Because
don't think
they're
to
not,
this degree,
they're not
yeah.
going to have 17 takeaways in 6 games and then have 34 takeaways after 12 games,
But we don't
most
know that.
likely, which would then put them on pace for about 50 takeaways.
How nice would that
in
be?
the season?
Well, you're also getting into some meaty parts of your schedule.
Indeed.
So it's going to be more difficult, but you're now created this culture. This is what our expectations are. And you don't want to fall short when you're as competitive. You don't want to fall short. You're not on the other side of it where, oh, my God, you guys aren't getting any turnovers. How are you going to create turnovers? And then you start making up drills where you're punching balls and you're doing ball security before practice. You've been doing this. Yeah. It's been coached. You saw it with Evan Williams, the sad, for coming up sad this weekend. The punch, the peanut punch, it's taught. That continues to grow and grow and grow, and then you expect more and more and more and more. And I think you'd be very disappointed if this team doesn't end up with more takeaways than that 2010 team. You'd be very disappointed because this start is leading you to think 34 should get blown by. This team should be looking at 40 turnovers created, or you're looking at it as being disappointing.
Yes, 40 by the 2009 defense is the most impressive. All right. I would like to make sure that we have enough time because we are playing double trivia today. It is double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday, so we're going to need two contestants. And because everyone enjoyed our discussion yesterday about the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers, we will take caller 8 and caller 12 in honor of his 2 uniform numbers. Caller 8 and caller 12 for Wisconsin Geography Wednesday double trivia. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 8 and caller 12. You will play. Caller 8 will get to choose. Well, I guess they're all the same, so there is no choosing. Caller 8 and caller 12, 844-770-3776. Speaking of making calls, make your call on that, and if you've been injured, make the call. One call, that's all, to Gruber Law Offices. 414-276-6666. It's a lot of phone numbers.
I'm
in
not
a
going
very
to even
short
say
time.
anything because I'm not a jerk. Not gonna
Isn't that
correct you.
kind of like saying something, though?
No, I just said I'm not going to say anything.
But you said something. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website gruber-law.com to find out more about the firm, about all the great lawyers that they have, and, of course, everything that they do in our communities as well. Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Grassland Dairy. Anybody else enjoying this stretch where 6 out of 7 games for our favorite pro football team are noon kickoffs? Well, if you're like me, that means plenty of chances for a Sunday morning breakfast tailgate, complete with the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter. Grassland Dairy has been serving up delicious taste and high-quality butter from farm to table since 1904. That's over 5 generations. And the key to success for Grassland Dairy over all these years has been the high-quality ingredients Wisconsin's dairy farmers help produce to give Grassland its pure and delicious flavor. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. There's truly no better product and no better taste than the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter. Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Julia Ackley from McFarland High School.
Yep.
You're a Spartan.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, your dad's the athletic director here.
Yeah.
Your mom's an elementary school teacher. What's it like to have a mom who's a teacher and a dad who's athletic director?
Yeah, lots of people know you, that's for sure. Lots of eyes, but it's been a little hard knowing that lots of people are watching you and seeing everything that you're doing. But I've had to tell myself that's your performance is based on you and not based on what other people's perspective on you is.
You ever done anything to help them? Do you help them out at events?
Yes, all the time. We are the Ackley family crew, and that's what everyone calls us when they see us at events and setting up for soccer games or basketball games. So.
Ready for a golf adventure? Discover Prairie Pines Golf Club, just outside of Madison in Sun Prairie. This is Sarah Tauscher. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, the stunning 18-hole course at Prairie Pines offers the perfect challenge for every skill level. Go experience their newly renovated front 9. It's better than ever. Grab your clubs, bring your friends, and tee off in style. Book your tee time now at prairiepinesgolfclub.com. That's prairiepinesgolfclub.com. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Daniels Construction is a proud employee and family-owned business serving South Central Wisconsin for 71 years. Want to join the team at an award-winning, self-performing contractor that's committed to quality and excellence in every project? They offer multi-trade career opportunities with on-the-job paid training and career growth opportunities. Whether you're looking to start a new project or a new career, Daniels Construction is building better futures, people, and communities. Visit daniels-co.com to learn more.
This is Devin Robinson from Badger Volleyball, here with Madison's best roofing, siding, and window company, Ridgetop Exteriors. I protect the net at the field house, and they protect your home. They're trusted, local, and affordable. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
What a treat. A first-time contestant and a possible Hall of Famer.
Great places, South Dakota.
First, let's welcome in caller 8. It is Randy in Greendale, who is a first-time contestant. Hi, Randy. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Tausch. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, and then let's welcome in caller 12. It is Jack Rabbit Mama.
Great places, South Dakota.
A tip of the cap. Good morning, Mama.
Good morning.
Did you interview Jackrabbit Mama for your Tucker piece or not?
I did not.
Okay.
Is she Tucker's mom?
She's a yote. No. She's also, there's some yotage. No, there's a different yote.
No yote. No yote. No.
There's a yote.
yote.
Oh, just relax. I'm trying to get there. So you did not interview Jackrabbit Mama?
No.
You did not.
I did not.
What are we doing here? Come on.
And if you would have read the story, you would have noticed there weren't any quotes from her.
I did read this.
All right, let's
that is
play
one
trivia.
Story that I did read.
Mm-hmm. At least until I stopped with the quotes from Eck, and then you lost interest. All right, let's play trivia. Guilty.
The Jackrabbits and the Yotes are rivals. Why would you ask her if she's a
Well,
Yote?
actually, the Jackrabbits in North Dakota State are rivals. That's their biggie. But in the state of South Dakota, yeah, I think you're probably right. Got to get back to South Dakota. See what's going on with that dig. The big dig.
Maybe they found something.
Is the stream of consciousness
I'm
talking
done.
out loud?
Go.
What's going through my
I don't have
brain?
to ask any questions.
Over,
I can just sit
or
back
can we
and-
start trivia?
No, let's go.
Okay. Let's start with Randy. Randy, question 1 for you is this. The WIAA State Girls Golf Tournament has taken place this week at University Ridge Golf Course, located closest to which of these major Wisconsin cities? Is University Ridge closest to Madison, Oshkosh, or Lomira?
Oh, I'm going to take a guess. I am not sure. I'm going to go with A, Madison.
One for one. Well done.
Is Lomira supposed to be funny, or is that?
I don't know. I didn't write the question.
I'm asking.
It's double trivia. It might not be my best.
I have a greater question.
Fair enough. Okay.
I have a more important
appreciate the
question
honesty.
for question 2 for Jackrabbit Mama, because whoever wrote the questions neglected to highlight the correct answer for this one.
It's double trivia. It may not be my best.
Luckily, I know the answer. Question 1 for you, Jackrabbit Mama, is this. The WIAA State Girls Tennis Tournament is taking place this week at the Nielsen Tennis Stadium, located on the campus of which University of Wisconsin school? Is it UW-Madison, UW-Eau Claire, or UW-Boscobel?
I am going to go with UW-Madison.
And that would be smart.
I thought you could have put like lovely, something like love, something love related with tennis. Would have been funny there.
UW-Deucetown.
Yeah, advantage something, advantage you, something like that.
Again,
Thank you for the feedback.
You're welcome.
Question 2, Randy. Tausch is leaving. Thank you. Great news.
Dang.
You're a little ornery today. Tausch is leaving from Madison to travel to the Circus World Museum in Baraboo. Which direction is Tausch primarily traveling? All right. picture your Madison, picture your Baraboo on your map. Is Tausch traveling primarily northwest, southwest, or northeast?
I'm going to guess northwest.
Yeah, I think he's right. Hey, Randy, I got a quick question for you. This is trivia. Do you have your blinker on? Because it's very soothing.
I do.
Yeah, I like that.
I just pulled off on the side of the road, so...
Oh, the flashers are on.
Blinkers or hazards?
Hazards, because I pulled off on the side of the road.
Yeah, I want safety first, so I feel good about that. I actually think the blinker, very soothing, the noise. It makes you relaxed.
It's like a metronome.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, all right, you're 2 for 2, Randy. Let's get to question 2 for Jackrabbit Mama. And it is this. Tausch is leaving. Again, great news. From Madison to travel to the EAA Aviation Museum in Oshkosh. Which direction is Tausch primarily traveling? Is Tausch traveling northwest, southwest, or northeast?
Well, he's definitely going northeast.
That is correct.
Indeed.
And it sounds to me like Randy's riding a horse, and that's what it sounds like.
Or
perhaps down the road.
Could it be a mule?
Oh, Gus?
Yeah.
Gus,
It's
you taking some
Gus.
Randy? Are you taking Gus up to compete with McManus at Lambeau Field
We're
with
going to
that
give him a
donkey?
shot.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If he's doing that, that's Hall of Fame worthy stuff.
All right, Randy. Question 3 for you and Gus. Latitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest north? Farthest north. Is it Friendship, Fenimore, or Fond du Lac?
Ooh. I'm going to go with Fenimore.
Tausch?
I was asked to not discuss this answer, so I'm not going to. So I don't know.
You were asked?
Yeah, I was asked to not comment because I think there's something related. So I'm not going to help Randy on this one.
They might also be the answers for the next question. And last time this happened and Tausch didn't know,
I sometimes
potato
jump the
corridor
shark,
happened.
So I didn't jump the shark here.
Fenimore, not the correct answer. Friendship. Correct answer. Friendship.
I definitely would give this away because I would talk about my old buddy Mike Kosel-Sharon and how we battled back in 7th and 8th grade hoops.
You can do that in a minute.
And then he played for the Badgers.
He did.
Just like you.
Yep.
All right, Jackrabbit Mama, let's figure out why Tausch had to keep his big trap shut for his opinion on that last question. Question number 3 for you is this. Longitudinally, which of these Wisconsin cities is located the farthest west? Farthest west. Is it, and these choices may sound familiar, Friendship, Fenimore, or Fond du Lac?
I am going to guess that my friendship knowledge is limited, but I'm going to go with Fenimore because I do know where Fenimore is.
Fenimore?
Yes.
Great places, South Dakota.
Is correct.
Excellent.
Tausch, now the floor is yours for your Fenimore storytelling.
No, I don't have Fenimore
or friendship
story.
or
It's
whatever.
Adam's friendship.
I don't even know to say.
I'm not even really sure what Jesse limited and kind of censored me for no reason. Adam's friendship is where Mike played.
Indeed.
And nothing about Fenimore.
Because You're telling me when you were thinking out loud about where these were, you wouldn't have said, well, I know Fenimore's in the western part of this. That's like southwest Wisconsin. Friendship's kind of up potato corridor.
I'm not going to lie. I don't fully appreciate your impression
I know
of me.
exactly how that would have played out. So that's why we had to go
might
about
be right.
it that way.
You might be right. That's why I muzzled. I was muzzled.
Yes. Well, now we know how to keep him quiet on occasion.
Don't like being
Jesse's going to tell you what to do, and you apparently listen.
I try to respect trivia.
All right, Randy, you got 2 out of 3. That means you got 3 out of...
Why did you shut the blinkers off? I'm not hearing blinking.
Where's Gus?
Maybe
we get
Gus
the
just
blinkers
stopped
back
on the
on?
side of the road.
For blinking's sake, can we get the blinkers back on?
Here we go.
Thank you.
There you go. We do have them
Gosh,
now.
I would have felt horrible if something happened. He turned his hazards off because we said something. Be safe first, Randy.
Safety first, indeed. Randy, you got 3 entries into the drawing on Friday. Congratulations on your first foray into Wilde and
I think
Tausch trivia.
Jackrabbit Mama's going to be the dub this week.
Drive
four-piece
safely.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Thank you, Randy.
Love you guys.
Be safe out there.
Now,
Keep those
Jackrabbit.
blinkers on.
Yes.
Where's that muzzle? Jackrabbit Mama, you got all 3 right. You've got 4 entries into Friday's
4-piece
drawing.
nug, some would say.
Excellent.
And we appreciate your loyalty to the show, even though you weren't quoted in the State Journal about a player that is not your offspring. We appreciate you as well. Thank you very much.
And it is the Dakota Marker game this week on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Primetime ESPN. So
We'll be watching.
go Jackrabbit.
Let's go.
We'll put them in the weekend
You
preview.
you know where our loyalties
go.
lie here. That's where our
Yes.
loyalties lie. Absolutely.
Yes. So ears up, and I love you
Ears
guys.
up. I love
Ears
it.
Ears up.
Why you didn't get ears up in your story? When old boy takes
I
a
don't know.
snap under?
Maybe I did. Maybe you just didn't check.
No, I listened or I watched. I read whatever.
I
it was.
watched, listened,
I
read.
watched and heard.
Whatever the hell it is you do with a story in the newspaper or on Madison.com. All right, that is Wilde and Tausch trivia. Tausch, have you been muzzled on anything else?
I have been, and I'm excited. There's a big thing from our friends at Quick Trip. I'm going to tell you a little bit. You guys know the great deals that Quick Trip's got. I just grabbed some Ellsworth cheese curds yesterday, just $2.49 when I was over in Verona at the Quick Trip there because we had football last night, and I got to tell stories tomorrow about that. Baked potatoes, jumbo onions, bananas, 29 cents a pound. All those deals. You know it. Quick Trip, head over there, get it done. But we got something really fun. Really fun. And I'm going to tell you right now, releasing this Saturday only, starting on October 19th at 8 a.m. We all love Dunkers, right? We all love the donuts, the bakery sale that I was talking about earlier.
Is there an official
There is a
Wilde and Tausch
limited
Dunker?
edition that is only going to be a certain amount at stores within Quick Trip. And, Jesse, I don't know if we got the camera. I got one. You can get these Saturday. And when you buy a tin, again, they're going to be rare and hard to get. Look at how beautiful that is. It looks like kind of Las Vegas, doesn't it? Glazers. You get a free 6-piece nug of Glazers. So, again, you get the 6-piece. And now, Jesse, since your diet is at least you're moving, you can come grab one after this.
Good to go.
Look at this tin. Look at that tin, Jaybird. Saturday morning. Rumor has it there's going to be people getting in line early to do this. It's going to be in hot demand. Saturday morning, 8 a.m., get your tin for a free Glazers at your local Quick Trip.
How did you get one already? You're just that well connected, huh?
It's a great question, Jason. It's a great question.
You will not see Tausch in line at your local Quick Trip.
Well, and it says, as it says on here, it's only at the Quickery, and it's guaranteed sweetness in every bite.
So that's Saturday morning for the special tin.
That is correct. Yes, October 19th, Saturday morning. Yeah.
Good assist, Jesse. All right, we're excited.
Well, I don't understand. I said that 3 times.
Yeah, just for emphasis. Saturday
just
morning.
Emphasizing, yeah.
Okay.
Get the tin.
Now you're throwing
Yeah,
papers
don't
around?
throw your
No, I'm not
stuff.
throwing
It's
anything.
okay.
I'm saying okay. Rap City. Here you go again.
What do you think,
As
David
we go out,
Letterman?
since we're a TV show too, take a look. Jesse, zoom on in there a little bit. Get an idea what
we're
this tin looks
zooming
like.
in now.
Look at that bad boy.
No, zoom in farther, Jesse. I think he wanted you to just have the tin as the entire screen. Can't you zoom in?
And you can do that while you go to break, since we're way against the clock again too, Jason.
Well, why don't you take us to break there, Tinny?
Glazin, Jesse Nelson, Whoa Nelly, I believe. I don't even know what's next on the show sheet, but Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella, how'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 36 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2024.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Welcome to Taberna, Madison's newest neighborhood place for tacos, tequila, and margaritas. Located conveniently on Monroe Street, Taberna is your spot to stop before or after the game. Freshly made margaritas, made-to-order tacos, and happy hour every Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Plus, enjoy daily specials like $4 off margaritas on Monday and 3 tacos for $12 every Tuesday. Taberna truly is a spot for everyone. Head to Taberna Tacos and Tequila today, located at 1925 Monroe Street.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, including one featured dive bar that will offer $2 High Lifes and High Life Lights for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like Paoli Pub and Grill, Utica Bar, the Shack Bar and Grill, and the Up North Bar.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at Tito'sVodka.com.
Give him hell, tender hands, gonna let
The guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Sorry, I'm eating my glazer here as we finish up the show. It's a tasty glazer, Tausch. Thank you for the contributions.
You're very welcome.
Been a while since I've had one of these bad boys. That's good. What are we pulling for a World Series matchup? I realized watching last night.
Don't care.
I think I actually want to see Dodgers-Yankees, and I feel icky about that.
I don't care. There's no team that I'm like, oh, I would like the Guardians to beat the Yankees. I'm sick of I just don't like the Yankees. And outside of that, I don't care. Because the Mets, I feel, ugh. The Dodgers, whatever. So I'm just disinterested.
You just don't care about the World Series or the baseball playoffs.
If the Milwaukee Brewers are not in it, or a smaller market team, and especially since ESPN Cleveland is part of the family, I just don't care. Yeah, I don't like. And I know you could say, well, Los Angeles, all this other stuff. Yeah, I don't care.
I am rooting against Yankees, Mets, so I guess Guardians, Dodgers is what I'm watching for, and I do have the games on when I'm writing at night now instead of Law and Order reruns, so I've gotten to see a lot of it, and once again, the Yankees won.
Connor Stallions, Netflix. Good stuff. Connor Stallions.
Whoa, Nelly!
All right, great.
We are very stream of consciousness-y today.
Let's play the big deal, little deal, or no deal game relative to the Green Bay Packers. The Minnesota Vikings reacquiring running back Cam Akers in a trade for, I believe, a 6th-round pick yesterday from the Houston Texans. They also traded for Cam Akers last year. Big deal, little deal, or no deal, Tausch?
Little deal. I don't think that's going to be anything that moves the needle in a big way, but hey, hand up. Minnesota's a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
Is Cam Akers good?
How do I know? I know he's had an Achilles. He's been beaten up. He's getting older. If they're leaning
25.
on, I'll say this: if Aaron
it ended
Jones
very weirdly with the Rams.
If Aaron Jones isn't healthy, for them, they're in big trouble. And Aaron Jones has, for as much as we like him here, the reason he's not in Green Bay is because he wasn't durable enough, and he got old. When you factor those two things in, that's why he's not here. Minnesota rolled the dice, and you can already see he had a hip a couple weeks ago. They had their bye. They're trading picks because they don't think he's going to be able to hold up all season either.
Well, they did that. Let's be clear. They did this pick swap stuff that is becoming popular now.
Love a good pick swap.
Like, we want this guy. We don't want you to cut him, so we want to skip the line. We'll give you a 6th, and you give us a 7th and this guy back.
Sure.
So this is, you know what this is? This is an updated version of what Ron Wolf used to do when he used to trade guys for past considerations or future considerations. That's how you guys got Tyrone Davis, the tight end. It was just his way of circumventing the waiver wire and helping out buddies of his in the league with a guy that they didn't want, but another team could use. So that's what they did with Cam Akers. By the way, in case you're wondering, Cam Akers had a 786-yard season in 2022, and in 2020 he had 625 yards. But
I'm torn because I have a great idea that I want to discuss with y'all, but I don't want to do it on a short window like this. Jesse, write this down. Lease program. NFL lease.
You're leading tomorrow's show with
in the NFL for the lease, so it's NFL lease, or is it
because then it sounds like you're fleecing somebody.
And
I don't want
fleece,
that.
Yeah. I don't want that.
I think that the NFL should allow for a lease program. You get one
players?
lease. Yes.
Okay, you said we didn't have a big enough window to talk about it where we're starting to talk about it.
It's a really good idea. And I think the Premier League does this. Like they transfer, and
you don't know anything about
it. I don't know anything about it, but I know
would have been nice to bring up with Bulaga.
I've seen transfers that have happened and things like that. I think the NFL should adopt a lease program.
Whoa, Nelly! I don't think transfers work that way. Like, maybe a player could be on loan, if that's what you're looking for.
It's kind of the same thing, yeah. You can rebuy the lease.
Okay. Jesse, what else you got?
It's a
I don't
really
know where
good
to go
idea.
now.
It's a really
You
good
would say,
idea.
I know you gave me a look, but you would say that today has been a little stream of consciousness-y for you.
I think it's been a fantastic
Wouldn't you
show.
agree?
I knew we were in for it
robots,
today. I knew we were in
donkeys.
for it when I was driving into the parking garage and Tausch was walking past me and he stops the car as the gate is open for me to pull in after I did my swipey thing to go in. He goes, "Hey, let's do a video." And he's got his coffee cup in his mouth. "Hey, Jesse, what are you doing on the show today?" And I'm like,
Is this how I sound?
Yes.
Is that an accurate assessment?
I'm like, I'm trying to park the car.
doing?
Like, why are you taking a video of me at the parking garage with people waiting behind me saying, "What are we talking about on the
Did
show
that make
today?"
it onto social media?
No,
Did I
it
miss
wasn't videoed very well. I'm no Matty
That's
Hayes.
hard to believe.
I could tell you that.
Whoa, Nelly!
Ian in East Troy asks for the Glazer tin. Does that go on sale at the stroke of 8 a.m. on Saturday or at 7:59?
Those are all really good questions, Ian. I can only tell you what I know. And that's what I know. So I don't know.
Whoa, Nelly!
Randy in Greendale also says, South Dakota fun fact he forgot to share with us while he was on for trivia. His daughter-in-law is a Yote. She was a 4-year starter as a libero on the South Dakota women's volleyball
Randy,
team.
don't you think we'd be fascinated to learn about that?
Randy, call back tomorrow. We'll talk about
Randy?
liberos.
Come on now.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was the idea that we kept asking him if he had a horse or a donkey with him.
I didn't ask about the horse.
That prevented him
I
from
asked if his
talking about his
blinker, which, by
libero
the way,
daughter.
I found very soothing. And he did have his blinkers on. And by the way, we appreciate when you pull over and you put the blinkers on, your safety first.
Very safe, yes.
And you get better cell reception, et cetera, et cetera. And vice
That's it for
versa.
Nelly.
And Amari Cooper's on the Bills now.
And Devontae Adams the Jets. And
Do you think
this is not a Jets show?
This would have been another fascinating question earlier in the show. If the Packers are to make a trade, now that they picked up their kicker, where would they want to be? Like, who and what would that want to be?
That is a great question we will discuss to wrap up the show. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you and check out the menu at greatdanepub.com. Coaching legend Bo Ryan joining basketball's all-time greats over the weekend. A laundry list of thank yous from the 4-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, capped off with a special one for his players. Audio courtesy NBA TV.
For every rebound you grabbed, for every free throw you practiced, for every charge you took, for every time you went to the floor for a loose ball, I thank each and every one of you. It was my supreme honor to coach you. I will cherish the memories we share for the rest of my life.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Get ready for a festive season at the Bruce Company in Middleton. Jim Rutledge here, the Bruce Company Garden Center, has packed their calendar with fun events for your whole family. Kickstart the holiday and visit their Autumn Artesian Fair. They also have exciting events like Ladies Night Out, a visit with Icelandic horses and snowy owls, and of course, their reindeer fly-in and holiday open house. Mr. and Mrs. Claus will even be landing for a visit at the Bruce Company. So join in the fun this holiday season. Learn more about their upcoming events at brucecompany.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, a special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
College Football Saturday on ESPN Radio.
Yeah, that's how I get by.
7th-ranked Alabama heads to Knoxville to face number 11 Tennessee on ESPN Radio and on ABC. Presented by Dr. Pepper.
Lord, that's how I get by. I'm not afraid of getting old, and I one less day from dying young. I see the light go past my shoulder, I'm one less day from dying.
All right, Tausch, you asked a great and I mean a great question.
What do we got? Like 2.5 weeks left before?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe the timing isn't that great because we're still a ways away. I don't know if you've heard, but the month of October is dragging.
It's very slow, which is, by the way, very nice. You had 2 trades yesterday. Big boy trades.
Yep, you did. Mm-hmm.
I do not think Green Bay is even in the market for anything. But I think if they did, Max Crosby would be the guy that we want. That's what I would say.
I don't think Max Crosby is on the trading block. So do you think that
if you're the Raiders, why not? You're not winning. You don't have a quarterback you like. You're tanking. Go get 2 first-round picks and trade him. Like, why not?
Maybe Max Crosby doesn't want to leave.
No, he does.
Did you talk to him?
Oh, I heard him talking with Devontae, and he said, if Devontae goes, I want to go. You think
I don't
Max
think
Crosby
he said that.
You think Max Crosby wants to just be on a crap team for the next 3 years? When
Maybe they turn
Detroit
things
could
around
lease
quickly.
him, they could do a lease program.
Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go.
Well, that's where it stemmed from.
And then they could draft a robot.
Well, that's crazy. That is crazy.
We spent the whole first 2 segments talking about robots.
I said that if you were going to do robotics, kicking would be where they start. That's all I said. And it would be really fun to watch. But if you're Cleveland and the Raiders right now, what are you doing? So if I'm Goody, I'm sniffing around. I'm not saying anything's going to happen, but I'm sniffing.
But you just said you don't need anything.
I
to
agree.
sniff for.
And I'm not saying I'm going to do
anything. You agree
anything.
with yourself.
I did. It's very profound. I thought my point was great. You sniff around because I'm telling you, I think Jacksonville, I think there's 3 or 4 teams that should be dumping everything and resetting, because you don't have a quarterback. You ain't going to win right away. You better start stockpiling and reloading and utilizing some of your assets before they tell you, I ain't staying here no more.
Tune in tomorrow to see what Tausch agrees with himself on next. Thanks to Bryan Bulaga, thanks to Homer, thanks to Randy and his mule, thanks to Jackrabbit Mama,
thanks to Gus.
Thanks to you. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.